over its nuclear and missile programs. The sanctions not as severe as an earlier U.S. proposal to win the support of China and Russia. There is a cap on oil imports by the North Koreans. Fox News, we report, you decide.
660 AM, The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis for my friends at Zero Res. They've been cleaning my carpets for years, and now they do a great job on hardwood floors. You know why we love hardwood floors? Because of the way they look when they are clean. But you can't neglect them. The finish can wear through. You can have loss of stain color, damage to the actual wood, and that gets you into restoration and all kinds of other things. Let's keep the floors clean and get them well taken care of with my friends at Zero Res and the following Mark Davis Show special. 214-37-CLEAN, 214-37-CLEAN. You get them to clean your hardwood floors free. 214-37-CLEAN right now. And go to ZeroResDFW.com, ZEROREZ, ZeroResDFW.com, and click the Wood Floors tab and see the befores and afters and see what great beauty you can get out of your hardwood floors. ZeroRes, ZEROREZ, ZeroResDFW.com, 214-37-CLEAN. Let them do the hardwoods. They'll do a room of carpet free. 214-37-CLEAN or ZeroResDFW.com.
People call us when they just don't want to waste any more time living out an uncertain financial future.
Jerry Bailey and Dottie Schaefer of the Retirement Hour.
People often make serious mistakes when they inherit money or when they move money around from one account to another. Call us first and keep your money safe.
For over 30 years, we've helped Texas families just like yours eliminate their risk in retirement. The sooner you call, the safer your options.
Call us today for your free, no-obligation retirement review in our Dallas or our Fort Worth office.
Enjoy peace of mind knowing you won't be blindsided in retirement. 800-550-6750.
Protect and grow with us. Local relationship, local accountability.
If you are retired or about to retire during these uncertain times and you want to protect and grow your money, call now. 800-550-6750. Learn more at theretirementhour.com. 800-550-6750.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business, so make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-827-5948 now. That's 800-827-5948 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-827-5948 to learn more. 800-827-5948. That's 800-827-5948. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
If you're a sleep apnea sufferer who's on the go to your phone and call right now to try the world's first portable mini CPAP device, absolutely risk-free for 10 restful nights. It's the Transcend Mini CPAP, an engineering marvel that's as small as a soda can and weighs less than a pound. Its unique design is so small and so light, you can fit it in your briefcase or purse to use anywhere you go. No more dragging around a big, bulky CPAP. Even better, now you can try Transcend absolutely risk-free for 10 restful nights by calling minicpap.com. 1-800-400-2199. Transcend is FAA compliant too, so you can even sleep comfortably while flying. You can also add a battery pack that's as tiny as a deck of cards. So now you can enjoy the freedom to sleep comfortably anywhere. But don't wait. To receive your 10-night in-home trial, call minicpap.com now. 1-800-400-2199. That's 1-800-400-2199.
Message and data rates may apply.
What's the scariest thing about going to the dentist? Opening your mouth or opening your wallet? Because just a simple cleaning can cost $100, and things like root canals can cost you hundreds more. If you don't have dental insurance to help, text KIT to 642-642 for a free information kit from Physicians isn't a discount plan or Ebola coverage. This helps pay for checkups right away, so you can call today and get your teeth cleaned tomorrow. Plus, it helps cover the more expensive procedures you might need down the road. Fillings, crowns, bridges, even costly dentures. There's no deductible and no annual maximum. Your acceptance is guaranteed for one of these insurance policies, even if you're retired or on Medicare. There are no networks, so you can choose any dentist you'd like. That's right, any dentist you want. Text KIT to 642-642 for a free information kit with all the details. That's KIT to 642-642. Again, text KIT to 642-642.
We alarm our houses and we alarm our cars. But when it comes to your personal information, it can be tough to know when something isn't right. That's where Discover Card can help. Now, we'll send you an alert if we find your social security number on any one of thousands of risky websites. And this service is free for card members. Just sign up online. It's our way of looking out for you, not just your account. Learn more at discover.com/free alerts. Limitations apply.
Saying I don't know is no longer acceptable. This is 660 AM, The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is The Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
Have a helicopter crash with a passenger airplane. They say it's not a bomb.
Turn on the TV right now.
They'll get to you as soon as they can. Just stay where you are.
Where are you?
I have a woman that's hanging from the building.
The whole building just crumbled from the top. Oh, God. I hope you're okay.
Obviously, a very disturbing live shot there. That is the World Trade Center, and we have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center. Now, we've got Sean Murtaugh. He is a CNN producer on the telephone right now. Sean, what can you tell us?
I just witnessed a plane that appeared to be cruising slightly lower than normal altitude over New York City, and it appears to have crashed into, I don't know which tower it is, but it hit directly in the middle of one of the World Trade Center towers.
American 11, if you hear Boston Center, ident please or acknowledge.
I am monitoring a call in which Flight 11, the flight attendant is advising our reps that the pilot, everyone's been stabbed.
We contacted air traffic control. They are going to handle it so they confirm the hijacking. So they're moving all the traffic out of this aircraft's way.
Police operator 1886, where is your emergency?
Yeah, hi. I'm on the 106th floor of the World Trade Center. We just had an explosion on the 105th floor.
Want you to stay where you are.
Yes.
All right, we're there. We're coming up to get you.
See the smoke coming up from outside the windows down?
All right, we're on the way.
All right, please hurry.
Flight Department 408.
Said a passenger airplane hit the World Trade Center above the 85th floor. 85th floor.
Okay, appears to be a fire on the roof.
The World Trade Center just blew up.
Yeah, this is EMS. You have the World Trade Center? Dude, we are there. Roll everything you got. All right.
16 years ago tonight, it was the first edition of the Wells Report. 16 years ago, I was doing the John David Wells show on gosh, I guess it was 740 KXNT or 840 KXNT in Las Vegas, Nevada. But somehow, talking about a nation under terrorist attack with a loss of nearly 3,000 of my brothers and sisters in the United States. Being the happy-go-lucky talk show about just about everything became an all too serious news report about everything. It became an opportunity for people to join and discuss the incredible shock and the trauma of being attacked in our homeland by evil for nothing more than evil's sake. We spoke for 5 hours that night. Lives were changed, including this one. This show was dedicated at that moment to truth spoken here. We were going to tell the truth regardless of whose political oxen was gored. And aside from forays into personal misfortune, we were going to take an unblinking look at the realities of life in the United States. And we've done it ever since. I was not qualified to do the job that I had designed to be the anchor of the broadcast that I had produced. But I had credentials beyond those, simply those of an honest man. And did the best I could, day after day, until tonight. On the 16th anniversary of the Wells Report, we're going to do what we normally do, what we did that night. Talk about the day that it happened. Talk about how our country changed. And talk about what this date, 9/11/2017, means to this republic and its future. You may join us at any time. 866-660-5759. I didn't have many guests in studio on that first edition of the Wells Report. There was only one. He was a dear friend of mine who no longer is with us. He was Rick Steinberg, author of The Gemini Man, The Four Phase Man. He's a brilliant author. But he is also, from another life, an operator in the United States government and did some very serious and difficult things, and was exactly the right guy to talk about what that first 9/11 broadcast was about and what it should mean. In my travels, I have been lucky enough to find people that were just as qualified, if not more so. Which leads me tonight to our only guest for the evening. He is a lieutenant colonel in the Texas State Guard. He is a former employee of the CIA. He is U.S. Intelligence Community Joint Duty credited. He's both a certified intelligence officer, a certified counterintelligence officer, the FBI. He's had several foreign assignments during his career to Asia, Latin America, and Australia. He served as the assistant legal attaché for international terrorism at the U.S. Embassy in Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in 2009. I'm also very, very pleased to say he's a dear friend of mine. Todd Hulsey, thanks for joining us on the Wells Report. Welcome to the broadcast.
JD, thank you very much for having me.
Talk to us about your 9/11/2001. Talk to us about your day. What happened as you opened your eyes that morning and realized that the world had changed?
Well, let me, for the record, just correct one thing about my resume. And thank you for that great introduction.
Certainly.
I was never an employee of Central Intelligence Agency. I was assigned to that agency by the FBI.
I see. Okay.
I spent 2 years in their headquarters in that capacity. I remember that day very well.
Hang on just a couple of seconds. Hang on a second, sir. We're having a little bit of trouble with your transmission. Can we I'm going to put you on hold and have you discuss none of the things that you are saying. We can't afford to have any of that missed, and we just got to have a little bit better reception. Hopefully we'll be able to get that done. Todd Hulsey, okay, he worked with the CIA as on assignment from the FBI. He is still U.S. Intelligence Community Joint Duty accredited, And I tell you, this guy he's totally amazing. He's an incredible person. By the way, he's also a city councilman in the city of Burleson. And he is put together a life that is rich and full. And I, like I said, I have been absolutely thrilled to call him my friend for years and years. The first day of the Wells Report, when we first got together, when we first had this discussion, we could not believe that there could be dark enough forces to use airliners as anything except a transportation conveyance, that they could be hijacked and used as essentially manned cruise missiles was not something that we could wrap our imaginations around. In fact, it would be talked about, that failure in imagination would be talked about as people tried to figure out, while sorting through the rubble of the World Trade Center towers and the Pentagon, what was to come next for this nation. We realized that there were indeed difficulties in countries that were so poor and so disorganized and so ungoverned that the world's evil could gather and plot in caves and elsewhere. And in this case, that failure of imagination indeed led to the demise of 3,000 Americans. Todd Halsey, go ahead and start over. I'm sorry about that, but we had to get this. I truly want to hear what you had to say. So talk to us again about the first day of the post 9/11 world.
Well, JD, I was getting ready for work. I was stationed out in Los Angeles at the time, and I was listening to KFI, more stimulating talk radio, the Bill Handel show. And as I was shaving and listening to the radio, I heard that an airplane had crashed into one of the World Trade Center towers. And being a pilot, I thought that, wow, they must have really, really bad weather in New York. It must be really, socked in, and some idiot, managed to fly his airplane into one of the towers. And it was originally reported, as you'll recall, as a light aircraft impact. And Bill Handel and his crew were talking about it, and basically the same thing. Like, well, what kind of idiot would have flown their airplane into one of those towers? And then it came out over the air that, well, the weather in New York is clear and no visibility restrictions at all. So it's kind of odd that this the single-engine Cessna, which was the original report, had run into the tower. And then reports started coming in that it was a larger aircraft, like a business jet, and that piqued my interest, because even you would think that a business jet and the more highly qualified pilots that tend to fly them would have avoided a tall tower in a large metropolitan area. And then the reports started coming in that it may have been an airliner, which made it much more suspicious. So I ran in and turned the TV on to see some television pictures of it. And of course, I'm trying to get ready for work, so I'm getting ready. I'm throwing the suit on and whatnot. And then the second aircraft hit. When that happened, all illusions of the first aircraft impact being an accident had disappeared, and it was clear that it was an intentional act. Almost at that very moment, and at the time, this is 2001, so cell phones were not as ubiquitous then as they are now, and we had just been issued in the FBI, at least in the Los Angeles division, these Nextel cell phones, and they started to go off. And a message was sent out to the entire division to report to the emergency offsite.
We are speaking with Todd Halsey. He's a retired supervisory special agent of the FBI. We're talking about 9/11. We're talking about this nation 16 years hence. How has your world changed? How has our world changed? How will we face the future from this 9/11? This 9/11 in 2017. Join us, 866-660-5759. This is the Wells Report.
If you have retirement questions, you can bet Reed Johnson probably has the answer. Join him every Saturday at 9 for Wealth Smart. With over 17 years of experience, Reed can help take the guesswork out of your retirement planning. Wealth Smart is your source for all things retirement, from how current events could affect your savings to strategies to maximize your retirement income and everything in between. Don't miss Wealth Smart with Reed Johnson, the president of Lake Point Advisory Group, every Saturday at 9, right here on 660 AM, The Answer.
Back in 1993, Medishare was known as the best-kept secret in healthcare. But not anymore. Today, there are hundreds of thousands of Americans who've discovered what us long-timers have known since the beginning. Medishare is affordable healthcare that really works. The great thing is, we're not an insurance company. We're a nonprofit community. Hundreds of thousands of honest, hardworking people who agree to share each other's medical bills. Every share goes to help a fellow member. And when we say affordable, we mean it's common for our members to save upwards of $500 a month. Best of all, Medishare is always open. You can join anytime. So how about now? Isn't it time you joined Medishare?
Call 844-41-BIBLE to find out how much you can save on your healthcare. Medishare, now available in Montana. Call 844-41-BIBLE. That's 844-41-BIBLE.
Hey, it's Mark Davis from my friends at Viascan of Las Colinas. With the kids back to school and football getting started and summer turning to fall, we start to think about those milestones of life. Let's see how many more years you have in you, and let's maximize those years with healthy habits like going to Viascan of Las Colinas. I love John Duncan and the crew at Viascan. They take these tests that tell you a lot about your actual health, like are you about to have a heart attack? What is your level of stroke risk? Do you have little tiny cancers that you can't even what the heart scan, the body scan, and the stroke risk scan do? Any one of those tests is thousands of dollars ordinarily, but at Viascan, all three of them together, $695. It's the back to school special, $695. Give them a buzz at 972-739-2840, 972-739-2840, or just Google Viascan. I'm in there annually. I love it. Keeps me healthy. Viascan of Las Colinas. Ask for the back to school special, 972-739-2840, or just Google Viascan.
Hurricane Harvey may have devastated South Texas, but it couldn't take away our spirit.
Join us Wednesday, September 20th at Verizon Theater in Grand Prairie for Night of Hope with Phil Wickham.
This is Amazing Grace.
Brandon Heath.
Where it's hurting, you show me what healing can do.
Natalie Grant.
But I forget that you've always been the king of the world.
For King and Country.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet.
Danny Goki.
Breaking the darkness in the night to make you shine.
Mercy Me.
You are right.
And Toby Mac. 20 different artists, one single day, one moment for all of us to come together.
100% of the proceeds go to benefit Texas Gulf Coast families rebuild their lives.
Tickets start at just $25.
Tickets on sale at VerizonTheater.com.
Warning. If you're drowning in debt you can't afford, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to pay it all back, because you don't. What the credit card companies don't want you to know is that there's actually a way to get debt-free without paying off your entire debt or going bankrupt. If you have $5,000 or more in credit card debt, you now have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. For free information, call Credit Associates now. 1-800-600-3166. We'll even show you how much money you could save. If you can't afford to pay off all your debt, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to. Call Credit Associates now for free information on how to get debt-free faster than you ever thought possible without debt consolidation or bankruptcy. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk. For free information, call now. 1-800-600-3166. That's 1-800-600-3166. 1-800-600-3166.
Are you looking to get out of your timeshare with a 100% guarantee? Hi, I'm Karen, owner of Lone Star Transfer. We have helped thousands of timeshare owners just like you get out of their timeshare legally and ethically. With annual maintenance fees just around the corner, now is the time to act. If you are serious about getting rid of those high fees and annual bills for vacations you never take, call us now, 855-551-7066, or visit us online at LoneStarTransfer.com.
660 AM. 660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. Now, the Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our guest, Todd Hulsey, retired supervisory special agent of the FBI. He was working in Los Angeles when 9/11 happened. He was getting ready to go to work. He saw the news, an airliner, then another, and then the brand new Nextel telephone that he had been issued by the FBI started to ring, along with hundreds of others in the LA basin. Todd, welcome back to the Wells Report. Good to have you here.
Yeah, thanks, JD. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
No problem, no problem. So we go to you as you head to the office, and I mean, what was it like? It must have just been amazing with everyone's brain turned on to full investigative intellectual effort trying to figure out what was going on.
Well, when I arrived at the offsite in West Los Angeles and reported for duty there, they were already handing out assignments, and although I'm not really sure when the name Osama bin Laden was first spoken, but I can tell you that it was spoken within a matter of hours of the event, and we immediately set the task to do several things. And that was, number one, to secure the federal building in West Los Angeles. That's the heart and soul center of FBI operations in Los Angeles. And so that was job one. Job two was to start working our sources in the area. The Los Angeles Joint Terrorism Task Force had been stood up several years before, actually, and it set to work running down every human source that they had recruited to find out what was known about the attack. And then leads immediately started to be followed, and it was a all hands 24/7 effort to find out as much as could be found out about the attack. Yeah, remember that just because the attack happened on the East Coast didn't mean in the initial hours after the attack that there wasn't either a tax plan against the West Coast, that co-conspirators couldn't have been on the West Coast, that the West Coast couldn't have had tremendous involvement. And what we quickly learned was that there were several plans to attack targets in Los Angeles and other West Coast cities that were rolled up pretty quickly. But it was really, I think, if you want to, the sense of everyone was a sense of mission and purpose, unlike what was normally felt by the rank and file. Everybody wants to catch a bad guy, catch a spy, catch a terrorist, catch a mobster. But it really ramped up the sense of mission and purpose of everybody, and that was really something to feel.
Todd Hulsey, our guest on 660 AM The Answer. He's a retired supervisory special agent of the FBI. Coming up in just a couple of seconds, we're going to talk a little bit with Todd about the aftermath of 9/11 and how it changed our nation. Some say permanently, some say irreparably. What word would you ascribe to it? Our telephone number, 866-660-5759, as we did on this anniversary, 16th anniversary of the Wells Report. We open the lines for your quick comments at 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. 9/11, 16 years later. How have we changed? This is the Wells Report.
Hey, everybody. Mark Davis with news from the world of foundation repair, and what a busy world that is. I want to tell you about the folks I have used, Abacus Foundation Repair. They've been serving North Texas with the highest quality foundation repair solutions for 17 years. It's all about peace of mind. You don't want foundation problems when they're solved. You want them solved right. You want an elite state-of-the-art solution for your home, and they've got it. Abacus Foundation Repair, Millennium Composite Pilings, the only DFW foundation repair contractor that has this advanced system. And here's something they want you to know. They have an A+ from the Better Business Bureau and a lifetime warranty insured by a $2 million products and services policy per project. $2 million backing up their work. You can be 100% certain your foundation will be repaired right the first time. So get in touch, 972-406-9000. Call the right company first. Abacus Foundation Repair. Count on them. Get it? AbacusFoundationRepair.com, 972-406-9000.
Amazing to realize, but you know, it's been almost 2 years I've been talking with you about Relief Factor, and I can tell you I've been continually inundated with testimonials. This is Michael Medved, and I've received thousands of testimonials that come in telling me how excited people are to be out of pain. Like Bob from Ohio, who writes, I had a herniated disc in my back in 1984. I started taking Relief Factor, and for the first time, I have been completely out of constant, sometimes excruciating pain. I'm now able to work in the yard, around the house, and do my job in comfort. This is a great product. That's the end of the quote. If you're struggling with ongoing back or neck pain, shoulder, hip, or knee pain, or general muscle pain, aches, pains of any kind, do what tens of thousands of others have done so successfully. Go to ReliefFactor.com and order their 3-week quick start for just $19.95. 1-800-500-8384. That's 1-800-500-8384.
This is a special alert to consumers who owe back taxes to the IRS.
Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing during the decline in the U.S. economy, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle tax problems. An open phone line has been established by National Tax Relief. Grab a pen or put this number in your cell phone, but call 1-800-210-0311 today. That's 1-800-210-0311. When you call, you'll get information and see if you qualify. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and can't afford to pay them back, there's no need to fear anymore. You may qualify for a program that could settle your tax problems and save you money. For free information and to see if you qualify, call National Tax Relief today at 1-800-210-0311. That's 1-800-210-0311. Call National Tax Relief today. 1-800-210-0311.
Hi, I'm Chris with Cash Call Mortgage. With today's rising home values and low mortgage rates, we're doing refinances with no closing costs that let you pull out tens of thousands in cash. Use that cash to pay off high-interest credit cards, car loans, do things around the house, or anything you want.
My husband and I realized the best low-cost way to get a large chunk of cash was to take advantage of our home's value by refinancing. Chris got us a low interest rate, and we pulled $50,000 in cash out. We paid off credit cards and a few other things, and the whole process was super easy.
Cash Call Mortgage is designed to save, with great fixed rates with absolutely no closing costs. None. Your house is your bank. So make the cash call now at 855-875-CASH. That's 855-875-CASH.
First Mortgages, Impact Mortgage Corp., DBA Cash Call Mortgage, 1 City Boulevard, Orange, California, 92868, NMLS 128231. Equal housing lender, not licensed in all states, not available in Washington State. Call 855-657-9910 for licensing, terms, and restrictions.
That's 855-875-CASH.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business. So make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-827-5948 now. That's 800-827-5948 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-827-5948 to learn more. 800-827-5948. That's 800-827-5948. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. The Wells Report with John David Wells. Must Hear Radio on 660 AM, The Answer.
that moment when you were told that our country was under attack, your reaction was?
Well, at first I was angry, you know, how dare they attack us? And then I looked at the little kids, and the innocence of the children in the classroom, in contrast to the evil of those who would attack America, was vivid.
Mm-hmm.
And it became very clear to me that my job was to protect the people. I can hear you! I can hear you! The rest of the world hears you! And the people who knock these buildings down will hear all of us soon.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. 9/11, 16 years ago, the initial inaugural broadcast of the Wells Report. Looking back on those days, wondering what you thought that day and what you think this day. How has our country changed? For the better? For the worse? 866-660-5759. Scott in Plano, please hurry and tell me about what you think. What's on your mind tonight?
Oh, hey, JD. Well, I remember the day it happened. I was in production, and I saw it happen, and I would go out to the floor, and, you know, no disrespect, because my kids are biracial, but I heard a lot of grumbling and people going, well, this ain't my country, I don't care. And I almost did a lot of throat punching that day, JD.
Yeah, I bet you did, man. Thanks very much for joining us. 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. Todd Halsey, our guest, a retired supervisory special agent for the FBI. So when the Patriot Act was passed, what were your thoughts about that legislation? Did it make you nervous? I was very nervous about the law, but I had a great deal of trust in Attorney General John Ashcroft and the people of the Bush administration. What were your thoughts on when the Patriot Act became a reality?
Well, the Patriot Act gave us additional tools to use in the fight against terrorism. And, you know, from my perspective at the time, understanding the safeguards that were in place, or believing I understood them as I did at the time, that they were effective, I really didn't have a problem as a citizen with the passage of the Patriot Act. I thought then, and I think now, that much of the criticism of the initial series of statutes known as the Patriot Act were overblown. A lot of hyperbole, misinformation in some cases, and from some quarters, you know, downright disinformation. But years on later, as it's been renewed, and each time laws are renewed, sometimes they're changed, sometimes they're made more expansive, sometimes they're, you know, parts are added to cover other areas that weren't initially covered. And I think as a citizen, a private citizen, that it enabled the government to become a vacuum cleaner of information, produced and disseminated by American citizens, which was not the intent or purpose of the law. And so I think that as citizens, and we know this, of course, from you know, WikiLeaks and some of the disclosures that have been made by others, that this vacuum cleaner existed. So from a citizen standpoint, you know, and from a civil liberties standpoint, I think a good, healthy skepticism of government surveillance is something that everyone should possess.
It is something that certainly is a part of our lives. This was something that I found amazing about East Germany. When the German Republic reunified with the East, the Stasi headquarters was finally opened, and these vaults filled with boxes and boxes and boxes of very carefully kept files on everyone in the country with all kinds of biographical information, both leverage and not leverage. All of this information, so much so that, in fact, they couldn't possibly process it all. All of that came back to my mind as saying, you know, all the text messages, all the emails, everything, waiting for the proper search from a government database known as the Federal Data Hub. And I looked at that and said, you know, everybody, everything that I have communicated for the last almost 20 years is somewhere in a bank somewhere, and it makes me epically nervous. And I'm trying to figure out whether or not that was as essential in stopping the terrorism that we see around the world in this country. I'm trying to figure out whether that was actually that essential. What are your thoughts? Was it essential? Was it absolutely important and necessary?
I don't really know. I don't have a definitive answer for that, JD, and here's why. Because I don't know of how many specific acts of terror were intercepted and prevented based on information developed pursuant to the tools enabled by the Patriot Act. I simply don't know. Our government has told us that many, many terrorist attacks have been averted due to the provisions of the Patriot Act and the expanded surveillance powers that it authorized. But I personally don't have insight into how many cases would fall under that category. I will say, though, just as you brought it up, I think that one thing people have to, well, a couple of things people ought to remember is that the reality of government, the reality of intelligence, and the reality of analyzing and disseminating usable intelligence is that you can have so much information collected that you can never look at it. And there is a certain safety in that from an individual standpoint, is that so much information is collected, there's no way to actually look at it, to actually digest it, analyze it, and turn it into a useful, usable intelligence product. Now, in television shows and movies, it's real easy. And there's some supercomputer that they just put it, a couple of keystrokes, and boom, there's the whole thing. That does not exist in real life. And so the massive amount of information collected from all intelligence sources, whether it's collected domestically or foreign, there's so much of it that actually sifting through it to determine what is useful and what is usable is a big job in and of itself. And so most of us really don't have anything to worry about because most of us don't do anything in our daily lives that is of interest to the United States government in the counterterrorism arena. Anyway, I mean, most of us don't. We simply don't. Just because like I'm talking to you on your radio show, so it's going out over the airways. People in the public domain like yourself maybe have a little heightened concern just because you talk professionally and it's broadcast, but probably not so much unless you're trying to say gin up something that would be unlawful, and of course you would never do that. Nobody in your business that I know of would do that. Certainly not on our side of the ledger anyway. And again, I just think that from the individual listener out there, really, if you're not communicating with Yemen on a daily basis, you probably haven't come to the attention of the United States government in terms of counterterrorism. So, but that's still, there are safeguards in place, and the question is, are those safeguards robust enough to protect everyone's civil liberties? But I'm going to flip the question over back at you when you asked me, do I think it was necessary? We also have to look at the absence of cases that were, counterterrorism cases in which plots were interdicted and terrorist attacks were prevented that were based on information collected under the authorities of the Patriot Act that once they got to court, were thrown out. And so if you flip it over, look on the other side of the coin, so to speak, if these powers were misused and then in an unconstitutional way and then presented in court, we would learn about, at least instances, onesies, twosies maybe, but instances of misuse of the authorities. And we really haven't seen that either. And so that's a key to the perspective of the whole thing here is to remember that.
I understand and I appreciate that, and those are soothing words. My concern didn't necessarily rest with. I mean, you were going to ask me, I think, what I thought about, what would we have done otherwise, and I would have. I don't know that I would have reorganized government to the tune of $5 trillion. I think I probably would have. I think I would have consolidated a lot of the federal law enforcement agencies into the FBI. I think I would have expanded the budget of the FBI instead of creating the Department of Homeland Security, which I consider to be, in its current form, a waste. It is simply just it is the Department of Homeland bureaucracy for the sake of keeping bureaucrats employed. It seems to me that if the Department of Homeland Security had any value or any use whatsoever, it would be as the world's best online university to teach people about all kinds of things, up to and including certifications, etc., for things that would protect the homeland. From a standpoint of the rest of it, like I said, I would have expanded the FBI's budget, and I would have seen probably the ATF, DEA, and many of those other law enforcement agencies come back home to a robust federal force that would be focused on the things that it's always been focused on, counterterrorism. But this time you definitely have the manpower, and you definitely have the budget, and you would definitely have the resources necessary to be able to do what I think would be better focused, less expensive work that would have done far more to keep the country safe. That's what I would have done personally.
Yeah, it's something that is unique to American government, I think, is that when there is a problem, and it doesn't matter what the problem is, but when a problem's identified, Congress urgently creates a new bureaucracy and throws money at it. And then the bureaucracy, like all bureaucracies do, they grow and they grow and they grow. And then you have to wonder, is this thing doing what it was originally intended to do? The Department of Homeland Security, I never worked for it. I've never been an insider to DHS. I do know I worked for a predecessor agency to Homeland Security investigations many years ago, at the height of the, quote, war on drugs, end quote. And I know from former colleagues that it was extremely painful in standing that department up. You had some federal agencies that were terminated, merged into others. You had a couple that were split in half and put into merged in one hand and put into two different agencies on the other. It was a great exercise in the spending of taxpayer money for what looks on paper to be good, but in reality probably was a lot of wasted time, effort, and money. But that's what Congress wanted to do at the time, and so now we have the Department of Homeland Security and cabinet departments never seem to go away once they're created.
See, that's the problem. To me, a bureaucracy, regardless of its direction, regardless of its charter, regardless of its original mission, eventually settles into serving itself. And I think that there could be no better example of that than the Department of Homeland Security. Open up the information files of the people that have known what to do with counterterror and so on and so forth to the people of the United States. Teach them. I mean, they say if you see something, say something. How about teaching us what to look for? How about putting us in a position where we can actually learn some federal law enforcement capability so that we can be a better asset? These are the things that I'm thinking about. These are the things that I believe the Department of Homeland Security could certainly do. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis from my friends at Good Feet. And yes, the business is called Good Feet, and they take care of your feet. But in so doing, they take care of foot pain and knee pain and hip pain, even back pain, because it can all be related to your feet and not having the right kind of arch support. Well, the Good Feet stores in DFW, Fort Worth, Plano, South Lake, and Waco, those Good Feet stores are America's arch support experts. Your shoes don't automatically know how much arch support you need. And when I have my Good Feet inserts in my work shoes, in my workout shoes, in my comfy shoes, in my dress shoes, they all feel great. I'm working better, walking better, living life, loving life, because my feet don't hurt. Foot pain, knee pain, hip pain, back pain, they can help with all of these at the Good Feet stores. And they're in Fort Worth, Plano, South Lake, and Waco. And in Fort Worth and South Lake and Waco, they're open Sundays, noon to 5. So learn all about the hours and all the locations at goodfeetdfw.com. Get out of pain today. Goodfeetdfw.com. That's goodfeetdfw.com.
Do you know what a RIA is? It's a real estate investor association, and it's where smart people go to obtain wholesale houses, obtain no money, no credit financing, meet local buyers, sellers, and investing partners, and receive local market intelligence and training. Don't buy houses retail. That's ridiculous. And please don't waste your time and money going to a get-rich-quick seminar from a traveling pitchman. Come network with local Dallas area real estate investors that are just getting started or taking it to the next level. Come join the largest real estate investor network in Texas. We meet on Thursday, September 14th at 6 p.m. at the Dallas Addison Marriott by the Galleria. And you can register to attend for free by calling 888-205-2098. This month's topic is how to complete a real estate deal by the end of 2017. Call 888-205-2098. Write it down. That's 888-205-2098 to attend any of our upcoming meetings and receive a valuable Texas real estate training program for free. Brought to you by the Dallas Real Estate Investment Association.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Let's talk about AC service techs that are really just salesmen in disguise. Most companies use their service techs to sell new equipment on service calls. And the more equipment they sell, the more commission they make. But would you buy a new car from your mechanic? The fact is, the guy you're trusting to repair your system actually makes more money if he can sell you a new one. At Reliant Air Conditioning, you get a certified service technician on commission, and they don't sell equipment. If you need a new system, now you can combine manufacturer and utility rebates to save over $5,000 on a brand new system that can cut your electric bill in half. So call 2 other companies first, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning and see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-YOUR-HERO or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Manzeri, co-owner of Statewide Remodeling. It's been said many times, people believe what they want to believe. Many will ignore logic and go with emotion because a fear of loss is always stronger than the opportunity for gain. This often happens when choosing a home improvement contractor. People are swayed by some pretty before and after pictures and a convincing story accompanied with what sounds like a too good to be true price. They should be concerned with how long have they been in business? What kind of warranties do they have? And are they in writing? Don't get me wrong, price is important, but it should not be the deciding factor. When I started Statewide Remodeling with my partner over 23 years ago, we said we wanted to offer the best products with the strongest warranty at a fair price. I can tell you that is still our goal today. So if you need a company you can trust to install new windows and doors, exterior siding and trim, sunrooms or patio covers, or a new kitchen or bathroom, call us now for a free estimate and receive 23% off your whole project. The number to call is 888-270-7095. That's 888-270-7095.
Hey, it's Mark Davis from my friends at Viascan of Las Colinas. With the kids back to school and football getting started and summer turning to fall, we start to think about those milestones of life. Let's see how many more years you have in you, and let's maximize those years with healthy habits like going to Viascan of Las Colinas. I love John Duncan and the crew at Viascan. They take these tests that tell you a lot about your actual health, like are you about to have a heart attack? What is your level of stroke risk? Do you have little tiny cancers that you can't even detect? That's what the heart scan, the body scan, and the stroke risk scan do. Any one of those tests is thousands of dollars ordinarily, but at ViaScan, all three of them together, $695. It's the back to school special, $695. Give them a buzz at 972-739-2840. 972-739-2840, or just Google ViaScan. I'm in there annually. I love it. Keeps me healthy. ViaScan of Las Colinas. Ask for the back to school special, 972-739-2840, or just Google ViaScan.
660 AM, The Answer. The Wells Report is on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. This is the 16th anniversary of this broadcast, the 16th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. Todd Hulsey joining us in the moment that we have left. Todd, I'd like you to discuss where you see the country going, how we're doing from a counterterrorist standpoint, and are we going to see continued success, or is there a new generation of terrorists right around the corner?
Well, look, your civilian intelligence agencies and your military forces have evolved tremendously since the attack 16 years ago. Both are much better able to deal with the threat. Plots of attacks in planning, attacks that may be on the way to being executed. We've done a great job of interdicting and stopping those both here and abroad. Counterterrorism really is an intelligence battle more than anything, and your intelligence services are much more robust and much more capable today than they were in 2001. And the same is true for the military, especially the Special Operations Command and the Joint Special Operations Command and the forces under it. Much better equipped, much more knowledgeable about how to attack the problem. So I think that as much as a government can deal with the threats out there, the United States government is doing the best that it can possibly be asked to do. But as the old adage goes, we have to be right 100% of the time, and they only have to be lucky one time. So, there's a scale there. And so a terrorist actor, a lone wolf, as they're sometimes called, a lone actor, a husband-wife team like in San Bernardino, or a larger terrorist attack could be carried out because, like I said, we have to stop every one of them, and the terrorists just have to be lucky once to execute an attack. So that's something to keep in mind. This is not a TV show where all the bad guys are wrapped up before the last commercial break, and the bow is tied and the ribbon's placed in the package and everybody's kept safe. Real life is not like that. I think everybody understands that. Much more chancy. And where do I see the country going? I think we'll continue in the direction that we are going. And, for whatever one thinks of that. But I believe that we're going to continue to march against terrorism and against the terrorist threat. I will say that I think, though, that lots of people have forgotten what it was like 16 years ago in the aftermath of the attack. Young people today, some young people weren't even alive, right, who were in high school.
Sure.
They weren't even alive. You have people who are out of college, got their first job, they're 22, 23, 4, 5 years old. Maybe they're married and have a kid already. But, shoot, they were, 8, 9 years old when it happened. They remember something bad happened, but they can't remember it in a context, no perspective. And I think it's dangerous to forget that the threats out there, and I will say this, that although I hope it doesn't happen, I'm going to say that we have to be especially vigilant 4 years from now, it's the 20th anniversary.
I agree completely. He's Todd Hulsey. I'm John David Wells. This is the Wells Report.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. We have an idea, a celebration featuring you and some special guests. Join us for an evening with Mark Davis, Wednesday, September 20th, Austin Ranch and Grapevine, featuring Colonel Alan West, Cowboys legend Daryl Moose Johnston, and my talk show brother, Mike Gallagher. Tickets on sale now at 660amtheanswer.com. A great dinner and an evening of radio stories, hot topics, unpredictable moments. An evening with Mark Davis. Join us September 20th. Tickets on sale now at 660amtheanswer.com. Brought to you by Southwest Office Systems, AAA Auger Services, and DFW Honda. Hey, everybody. Mark Davis with news from the world of foundation repair, and what a busy world that is. I want to tell you about the folks I have used, Abacus Foundation Repair. They've been serving North Texas with the highest quality foundation repair solutions for 17 years. It's all about peace of mind. You don't want foundation problems. When they're solved, you want them solved right. You want an elite state-of-the-art solution for your home, and they've got it. Abacus Foundation Repair, Millennium Composite Pilings, the only DFW foundation repair contractor that has this advanced system. And here's something they want you to know. They have an A+ from the Better Business Bureau and a lifetime warranty insured by a $2 million products and services policy per project. $2 million backing up their work. You can be 100% certain your foundation will be repaired right the first time. So get in touch, 972-406-9000. Call the right company first. Abacus Foundation Repair. Count on them. Get it? AbacusFoundationRepair.com, 972-406-9000.
Varicose and spider veins. What a gift from my mom. She had them and I got them. Not only are they uncomfortable and sometimes painful, but I stopped wearing shorts and skirts because I was embarrassed and hated the way my legs looked. So I went to Vein Clinics of America. The procedure took about an hour and I was right back to work. What they're doing these days with lasers and minimally invasive technologies is unbelievable. The staff made me feel so comfortable, and the results, well, even my husband noticed. Vein Clinics of America has been treating vein disease for over 35 years. They're the largest and most experienced in the U.S. Look, I've been doing the commercials for vein clinics for years because I believe in them, and you can trust them too. The best part was my insurance covered the procedure. So stop hiding your legs this summer. There's no reason to suffer any longer. Call Vein Clinics of America now for your free fast-track consultation. Call 800-780-1975. 800-780-1975. That's 800-780-1975.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM. KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jill Nato. At least 12 million customers without power in the southeast thanks to Hurricane Irma. The storm now impacting Georgia and South Carolina. In Charleston, Irma's arrival coincided with high tide flooding much of the city. And Governor Henry McMaster says, as for the rest of the state,
roads are dangerous. Rising water, flash floods can come out of anywhere very quickly.
A new round of sanctions from the United Nations Security Council against North Korea over the country's military actions. The resolution approved unanimously. U.S. Ambassador Nikki Haley says it's the toughest action yet.
Today, we are saying the world will never accept a nuclear-armed North Korea.
The latest resolution comes after North Korea tested its sixth nuclear bomb. Fox News, we report, you decide.
660 AM, The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis for my friends at Zero Res. They've been cleaning my carpets for years, and now they do a great job on hardwood floors. You know why we love hardwood floors? Because of the way they look when they are clean. But you can't neglect them. The finish can wear through. You can have loss of stain color, damage to the actual wood, and that gets you into restoration and all kinds of other things. Let's keep the floors clean and get them well taken care of with my friends at Zero Res on the following Mark Davis Show special. 214-37-CLEAN, 214-37-CLEAN. You get them to clean your hardwood floors, and they'll do a room of carpet cleaning for free. 214-37-CLEAN. You cut that deal right now. And go to ZeroResDFW.com, ZeroRez, ZeroResDFW.com, and click the Wood Floors tab and see the befores and afters and see what great beauty you can get out of your hardwood floors. ZeroRez, ZeroRez, ZeroResDFW.com, 214-37-CLEAN. Let them do the hardwoods. They'll do a room of carpet free. 214-37-CLEAN or ZeroResDFW.com.
What do you call charging thousands of dollars for hearing aids? I call it outrageous because hearing should not be a privilege for the rich. It's a basic right everyone deserves. Hi, I'm Dr. Chera Curry, board-certified ear, nose, and throat physician. If you or a loved one suffer from hearing loss but can't afford thousands for a hearing aid, I created MD Hearing Aid for you, a high-quality medical-grade hearing aid for a fraction of that price.
Try MD Hearing Aid at home, risk-free for 45 days. Call 1-800-300-0868.
No costly doctor's visit. No expensive and time-consuming fittings or appointments. No ugly, old-fashioned hearing aid that costs thousands. MD Hearing Aid is an FDA-registered, audiologist-tested hearing aid that's discreet and lets you hear what you've been missing at a savings of more than 80% off the average price of a traditional hearing aid.
Try MD Hearing Aid risk-free for 45 days. Call 1-800-300-0868. Plus, you'll get free shipping and free batteries for a year. 1-800-300-0868.
Message and data rates may apply. Please don't text while driving.
Do you know the top 3 promotional items for driving new customers? We do. Do you know how to make your logo come alive and magnetically attract new, long-lasting customers? We do. And do you know how to ensure your logo is delivered on the right promotional items on time at a great price? We do. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Who are we? We're 4imprint, the nation's leading team to make your logo shine on your choice of thousands of promotional items. Discover the top 3 promotional items for driving new customers absolutely free. Plus, get a coupon for 10% off by texting BEST to 642-642. Let us show you what a difference the right promotional items can make to help grow your brand. With 4imprint, you'll get high-quality products, exclusive items, popular brands, on-time delivery, and outstanding customer service. That's what we do. Discover the top 3 promotional items for driving new customers absolutely free. Plus, get a 10% off coupon by texting BEST to 642-642. That's BEST to 642-642. Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
If you're young and healthy, you don't need life insurance, right? Yeah, that's what I used to think too, until my brother died at 38. Joe left his wife with 2 kids, a mortgage, and a stack of bills she couldn't pay. Mary had to sell the house and move everybody into this tiny 2-bedroom apartment just to make ends meet. I never want to do that to my wife, so I got life insurance. I called AIG Direct and was really surprised how affordable it is. Just $14 a month for $250,000 of term life coverage. Listen, if you have a family, you should seriously think about getting life insurance. You'll feel a lot better having it. Trust me.
Call AIG Direct for a free, no-obligation quote. The call takes less than 5 minutes, and you could save up to 70%. Call now. 1-800-400-1942. That's 1-800-400-1942. 1-800-400-1942.
Hi, I'm Chris with Cash Call Mortgage. With today's rising home values and low mortgage rates, we're doing refinances with no closing costs that let you pull out tens of thousands in cash. Use that cash to pay off high-interest credit cards, car loans, do things around the house, or anything you want.
My husband and I realized the best low-cost way to get a large chunk of cash was to take advantage of our home's value by refinancing. Chris got us a low interest rate, and we pulled $50,000 in cash out. We paid off credit cards and a few other things, and the whole process was super easy.
Cash Call Mortgage is designed to save with great fixed rates with absolutely no closing costs. None. Your house is your bank. So make the cash call now at 855-875-CASH. That's 855-875-CASH.
First Mortgages, Impact Mortgage Corp., DBA Cash Call Mortgage, 1 City Boulevard, Orange, California, 92868, NMLS 128231. Equal housing lender, not licensed in all states, not available in Washington State. Call 855-657-9910 for licensing, terms, and restrictions.
That's 855-875-CASH.
Mattress shopping? You've probably noticed that the big box stores are constantly running sales. That's what you have to do when you're selling price instead of quality. At Sovereign European Sleep Systems, they don't have sales. Why? Because the quality of their product is as consistent as their pricing. So if you want a truly great mattress at a very reasonable price, you should consider the Sovereign mattress. A healthier, more durable, more comfortable mattress at a very reasonable price. Sovereign European Sleep Systems in Dallas and Southlake. Learn more at sovn.com.
If you've got questions, we've got answers. 660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is The Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Reports. My name is John David Wells. Yes, I'm actually here. And those people have wondered where the heck I was for the last 2 weeks. I have 2 things to say. First of all, congratulations and thanks to the world's greatest radio producer, the executive producer of the Wells Report, Vicki Steifer. She jumped into the fray when I was deployed with the rest of the Texas Military Department, the Texas National Guard, the Texas State Guard, Texas Air National Guard. We are all deployed, all hands on deck for Hurricane Harvey. And I finished up my duty yesterday and am here with you tonight. Telephone number is 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. Steve Bannon gave his first comprehensive interview since he left the Trump administration. He left the Trump administration under political pressure. He left the Trump administration insofar as the new chief of staff, someone who is very, very adroit at the Washington political scene, John Kelly, took over as chief of staff. One of the quotes that Steve Bannon made going out was, the Trump administration, the Trump presidency that we fought for, no longer exists. Then he said that he was going to go back to his original job as the executive chairman of Breitbart News and continue the fight for that very same Trump administration. It appears as though that is exactly what he is doing with this interview. Let's spend a little bit of time as he sat down with Charlie Rose and answered the following questions. He said something that was truly amazing regarding the GOP establishment. You know, you and I have spent a lot of time talking about Donald Trump. He is our president. He is not the Democrats' president. He is certainly not the Republican Party's president. He is ours. We, the people of the United States, installed him into office. And Steve Bannon is reasonably sure the GOP establishment wants to nullify the 2016 election.
The Republican establishment is trying to nullify the 2016 election. That's a brutal fact we have to face.
The Republican establishment.
The Republican establishment
wants to nullify the 2016 election.
Trying to nullify the 2016 election. Absolutely.
Who?
I think Mitch McConnell, and to a degree, Paul Ryan. They do not want Donald Trump's populist, economic, nationalist agenda to be implemented. It's very obvious. It's obvious as night follows day.
Give me a story that illustrates that.
Well, Mitch McConnell, when we first met him, I mean, he said, I think in one of the first meetings in Trump Tower with the president, as we're wrapping up, he basically says, I don't want to hear any more of this drain the swamp talk. He says, I can't hire any smart people because everybody's all over him for reporting requirements and the pay, et cetera, and the scrutiny. You know, you got to back off that. The drain the swamp thing was Mitch McConnell was day one. Did not want to go there, wanted us to back off.
Yeah, that's interesting. They don't like the drain the swamp talk? Stop living in a swamp. How about that? How about stop being a swamp? You know, where the people's ideas go to die. He then said that the Trump administration made a big mistake. He said the Trump administration made a big mistake when they decided to embrace that very same Republican establishment.
In the 48 hours after we won, there's a fundamental decision that was made. You might call it the original sin of the administration. We embraced the establishment. I mean, we totally embraced the establishment. I think in President Trump's mind, or President-elect Trump's mind, and in Jarrett's mind, and the family's mind, I actually agreed with the decision because you had to stamp a government. And to be brutally frank, you know, the campaign. Look, I've never been in a campaign in my entire life, right? You know, I'm a former investment banker as a media guy running a little website. Our whole campaign was a little bit the island of misfit toys. So he looks around and I'm wearing my combat jacket. I haven't shaved. I got, my hair's down to here. And he says, he's thinking, hey, I've got to put together a government. I got to really staff out something. I need to embrace the establishment.
I need to govern.
I need to govern.
Yeah. I need to govern. True. These are the practicalities that we talked about when we said, hey, this is going to be tough. The president now has to actually be the president. Let's talk a little bit about the drain the swamp again. Bannon said you had to have accountability, and there is no accountability in the American government.
You are attacking on many fronts people who you need to help you. to get things done.
They're not going to help you unless they're put on notice. They're going to be held accountable if they do not support the President of the United States. Right now, there's no accountability. They do not support the President's program. It's an open secret on Capitol Hill. Everybody in the city knows it.
And so therefore, now that you're out of the White House, you go into war with them.
Absolutely.
Have you cleaned the swamp?
Well, first off, okay, the swamp is 50 years in the making. Let's talk about the swamp. The swamp is a business model. It's a successful business model. It's a donor, consultant, K Street lobbyist, politician. 7 of the 9 biggest, most wealthiest counties in America ring Washington, D.C.
What are you talking about when you talk about the swamp? You're talking about the lobbyists and the people.
The permanent political class is represented by both parties. You're not going to drain that in 8 months. You're not going to drain it in 2 terms. This is going to take 10, 15, 20 years of relentlessly going after it.
Yeah, it is. It's not going to happen overnight. We need to be consistent. We, the people of the United States, need to be consistent. Like I said before, the Trump administration is a reprieve on the agenda that takes the federal government away from we, the people of the United States. And instead of being the masters, we become the servants. He talked about the Trump agenda and working with the GOP.
The very first meetings we had with the Republican establishment, here was the plan that was laid out. The plan was to do Obamacare because, remember, Paul Ryan and these guys come in and said, we've done this for 7 years. We've voted on this 50 times. We understand this issue better than anybody. We know how to repeal and we know how to replace, and this is ours. That's what we're going to start with day one, and we will have something on your desk by Easter. By the Easter break, we'll do repeal and replace. Come back from Easter and all the way up to the August break, taxes. Come back from the summer break on Labor Day, and we drive home to the end of the year on infrastructure. We accomplish all 3 big legislative goals in the first year. They would take...
This is what the leadership in the House and Senate told you.
And we agreed on. That was the deal.
So you're now blaming them for all of this.
I'm not blaming this. I'm not blaming this for all this. What I'm saying is that when left to even repeal it in June, when in the Senate they put up for a vote, they only had 41 votes. There is wide discrepancy in the Republican Party, as we know today, now that we're in it. But I will tell you, leadership didn't know it at the time. They didn't know it to the very end. And let me tell you about Obamacare. There's something that's being worked on right now to fix Obamacare. And that came up
to fix Obamacare.
It does not totally
fix Obamacare.
Hang on. It does not.
Well, hang on.
It does not totally repeal Obamacare.
Have we come to that where the choice is simply to fix Obamacare?
I think the choice is going to be you're not going to be able to totally repeal it.
Do you accept no responsibility for the failures of this administration?
When you say failures, it's 8 months in. Give me a failure. Well, Obama didn't have Obamacare for the first 18 months. You're holding him to an unfair standard.
Absolutely and completely true. Steve Bannon is speaking to Charlie Rose on 60 Minutes, and he did very, very well. He continued to talk about the presidential agenda and then talked about the president's decision with DACA.
Look what he did on DACA the other day. Okay, I don't agree with that DACA decision, but I understand how he struggled with it. I understand how he's giving a possibility of a legislative thing. And he said even last night in a tweet, he would rethink it. Trust me, the guys on the far right, the guys on the conservative side are not happy with this.
Can I remind you, a good Catholic, that Cardinal Dolan is opposed to what's happening with DACA. Cardinal Dolan.
The Catholic Church has been terrible about this.
Okay, fair.
The bishops have been terrible about this. By the way, you know why? Because unable to really to come to grips with the problems in the church, they need illegal aliens. They need illegal aliens to fill the churches. It's obvious on the face of it. That's what the entire Catholic bishops condemning. They have an economic interest. They have an economic interest in unlimited immigration, unlimited illegal immigration. And as much as
that's a tough thing to say about your church.
As much as I respect Cardinal Dolan and the bishops on doctrine, this is not doctrine. This is not doctrine at all. I totally respect the Pope, and I totally respect the Catholic bishops and cardinals on doctrine. This is not about doctrine. This is about the sovereignty of a nation. And in that regard, they're just another guy with an opinion.
Absolutely correct. The Catholic Church is, in this particular case, playing politics, which is okay. I mean, goodness gracious, the Catholic Church has played politics since its entire existence. It will continue to play politics as a part of its entire existence, but not as the main thrust of its work and endeavor. Bannon is completely correct. The Catholic Church has a huge economic and financial interest in as many Catholics coming to church as possible. The vast majority of all of these people are indeed Catholic. And the vast majority of these people do indeed bring their great faith to church every week. And that does need to be spoken. And when there's somebody brave enough to say it, that is a good thing, not a bad thing. The Catholic clergy fired back, saying that what Bannon said was preposterous and insulting. Horse hockey. It's not preposterous and insulting. It's completely and totally for real and true. It is his opinion, and he has the right to say it. This is the Wells Report on 660 AM The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. Do you share my nostalgia for a simpler time in America? We stood together to fight for a common flag. We backed a president in times of national unity. We stood together neighbor to neighbor. We didn't fight over silly things because at the end we were all Americans. Those were the days when values really meant something, and we shared a lot of those values. Well, there are folks fighting to get America back to that. My cell phone company, Patriot Mobile, is one of them. Make them your cell phone company too. PatriotMobile.com or 1-800-A-PATRIOT. In this busy back-to-school season, Patriot Mobile offering nationwide 4G LTE coverage, unlimited talk, text, and data, free iPhone 5S, free Samsung Galaxy S5, you pick it, all for $55 a month. The promo code is BTS back to school, BTS50 at 1-800-A-PATRIOT or PatriotMobile.com. Check out the website, see all the American conservative organizations that they support, and you can support them too by becoming a Patriot Mobile customer. 1-800-A-PATRIOT, PatriotMobile.com, promo code BTS50.
Message and data rates may apply.
What's the scariest thing about going to the dentist? Opening your mouth or opening your wallet? Because just a simple cleaning can cost $100, and things like root canals can cost you hundreds more. If you don't have dental insurance to help, text KIT to 642-642 for a free information kit from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps pay for checkups right away, so you can call today and get your teeth cleaned tomorrow. Plus, it helps cover the more expensive procedures you might need down the road. Fillings, crowns, bridges, even costly dentures. There's no deductible and no annual maximum. Your acceptance is guaranteed for one of these insurance policies, even if you're retired or on Medicare. There are no networks, so you can choose any dentist you'd like. That's right, any dentist you want. Text KIT to 642-642 for a free information kit with all the details. That's KIT to 642-642. Again, text KIT to 642-642.
Do you know what a RIA is? It's a real estate investor association, and it's where smart people go to obtain wholesale houses, obtain no money, no credit financing, meet local buyers, sellers, and investing partners, and receive local market intelligence and training. Don't buy houses retail. That's ridiculous. And please don't waste your time and money going to a get-rich-quick seminar from a traveling pitchman. Come network with local Dallas area real estate investors that are just getting started or taking it to the next level. Come join the largest real estate investor network in Texas. We meet on Thursday, September 14th at 6 p.m. at the Dallas Addison Marriott by the Galleria. And you can register to attend for free by calling 888-205-2098. This month's topic is how to complete a real estate deal by the end of 2017. Call 888-205-2098. Write it down. That's 888-205-2098 to attend any of our upcoming meetings and receive a valuable Texas real estate training program for free. Brought to you by the Dallas Real Estate Investment Association.
Need a CPAP? Then we need you. We're CPAP.com, and we carry popular brands of CPAP equipment, including ResMed, Respironics, and more. To move inventory, we're selling some of our ResMed CPAP machines at prices lower than you would think. Call now to learn more about these affordable ResMed CPAPs. We'll even provide free shipping on your ResMed machine orders, so you'll get it fast. Call 1-800-700-3181. The best part? No insurance needed. Our CPAPs are priced so low they can even cost less than your copay and deductible through insurance. CPAP.com has shipped over 1 million orders and carries a large inventory of sleep apnea equipment. With little retail overhead and no middlemen, we're the best way to get comfortable, effective sleep apnea equipment at incredibly low prices. Again, CPAP.com has a large inventory of ResMed CPAPs and is offering free shipping on these devices. Call now for these great deals and others. Call 1-800-700-3181. If lines are busy, please try again. That's 1-800-700-3181.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Manzeri, co-owner of Statewide Remodeling, with what we think is a pretty important announcement. Statewide Remodeling has been awarded an exclusive distributorship for Kohler walk-in bathtubs, which are manufactured right here in Texas. If you've been considering one of these, you need to give us a call. Many manufacturers have these built out of the country, and you know the problems that can cause. We buy factory direct from the #1 brand in bathroom products, and since we're the #1 bathroom remodeling company in Texas with warranty second to none, I'd say that's a hard combination to beat. And if you call now for your free design consultation in celebration of our 23rd year in business, you will receive 23% off your whole project. That discount applies to all bathroom remodeling, like tub to shower conversions and one-day acrylic overlays. We offer 100% financing and many same as cash options. Stop by our Dallas showroom at 2450 Esters Boulevard, north of DFW Airport. Check us out online anytime at statewideremodeling.com, or for that in-home design, call 888-270-7095. That's 888-270-7095.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. If it's important to you, it's on the Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report, 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. We're talking about Steve Bannon. We're talking about Steve Bannon and his conversation with Charlie Rose. Charlie Rose started talking about the mainstream media and then tried to take what the mainstream media has been doing and blaming it on the Trump administration.
The American people. It's not a question of going over the head of the over the head of the media. It's what he says.
It's what he says. No, it's what he says that you deem that the mainstream media, the pearl clutching mainstream media, the pearl clutching mainstream media, what they deem is not correct. What they deem is not right.
No, it's not a question of being right or not right. It's a question
what's appropriate.
It's not a question of appropriateness.
It's what you deem is.
It's a question of whether it's in his interest. That's the point.
I think
not the appropriateness of it.
Okay, I don't think he needs the Washington Post and the New York Times and CBS News, and I don't believe he thinks that they're looking out for what's in his best interest. Okay, he's not going to believe that. I don't believe that, and you don't believe that. Okay, this is another standard in judgment that you rain upon him in the effort to destroy Donald Trump. He knows he's speaking directly to the people who put him in office when he uses Twitter. And it sometimes is not in the custom and tradition of what the opposition party deems is appropriate. You're absolutely correct. It's not. And he's not going to stop. And by the way, General Kelly, who I have the most tremendous respect for and has put in very tight processes, he's not going to be able to control it either, because it's Donald Trump. It's Donald Trump talking directly to the American people. And to say something else, you're going to get some good there, and every now and again, you're going to get some less good, okay? But you're just going to have to live with it.
Yeah, you absolutely are. And a president who tweets is better than a president who doesn't. I want him to reach out to us directly. It upsets the American mainstream media. They have had a monopoly on presidential reporting. But here we are in a position where the president doesn't have to depend on the mainstream media to talk to the people. That's good, not bad. Then he discussed the firing of James Comey and the Robert Mueller investigation. This was important.
Were you in favor of him being fired?
It's been reported in the media. I was adamantly opposed to that. I don't want to talk about private conversations, but the media's reported I was adamantly opposed to.
And in this case, the media is right.
The media's reported. I am a big believer in this city that it's a city of institutions, not individuals. And I think you have to look at it as institutions. The FBI is an institution.
It's been reported that Jared Kushner was in favor of firing James Comey. Is that correct?
You're going to they'll have to find that out either through the media or through the investigation. I don't know.
It is also true, many say, and you're a smart guy, that if James Comey had not been fired, we would not have the Mueller investigation. True?
I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any doubt that if James Comey had not been fired, we would not have a special counsel. Yes.
So we would not have the Mueller investigation.
Would not have the Mueller investigation. Would not have the Mueller investigation in the breadth that clearly Mr. Mueller is going.
Do you believe?
Because I think it's a very directional. I think directionally it's a very different.
Do you believe Mr. Mueller should be fired?
No, I do not.
Has there been discussions in the White House about firing him?
I would not tell you about discussions in the White House, but I would tell you nothing I ever heard like that.
Someone said to me that you described the firing of James Comey. You're a student of history, as the biggest mistake in political history.
That'd probably be too bombastic even for me, but maybe modern political history.
The firing of James Comey was the biggest mistake in modern political history.
If you're saying that that's associated with me, then I'll leave it at that.
That is Steve Bannon. That's a guy who speaks plainly, tells the truth, and lets the politics fall where they may. Yeah. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer.
People call us when they just don't want to waste any more time living out an uncertain financial future.
Jerry Bailey and Dottie Schaefer of the Retirement Hour.
People often make serious mistakes when they inherit money or when they move money around from one account to another. Call us first and keep your money safe.
For over 30 years, we've helped Texas families just like yours eliminate their risk in retirement. The sooner you call, the safer your options.
Call us today for your free, no-obligation retirement review in our Dallas or our Fort Worth office.
Enjoy peace of mind knowing you won't be blindsided in retirement. 800-550-6750.
Protect and grow with us. Local relationship, local accountability.
If you are retired or about to retire during these uncertain times and you want to protect and grow your money, call now. 800-550-6750. Learn more at theretirementhour.com. 800-550-6750.
Summertime may be winding down, but you know there are more adventures on the horizon. Hey, it's Mark Davis and my friends at Climate Evangelista Eye Center. Maybe it's a Labor Day getaway, still get to go to the beach, Friday night on the patio with friends. Yourself doing, you shouldn't have to deal with bad vision, contacts, foggy glasses. Time to talk about Achieving Great Vision, the phenomenal end of summer LASIK special. You ready? $2,000 off. Blade-free LASIK if you have your procedure by September 30th. $2,000 off. Learn more at 1-800-714-2020, 1-800-714-2020, Climate Evangelista Eye Center, Dallas, Arlington, Plano. Free consultation, world-class care, great group of surgeons, advanced technology, great people. You get great vision, all while saving $2,000. 1-800-714-2020, 1-800-714-2020, or learn more at LASIK, L-A-S-I-K, LASIKsurgery.com.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I've had 10 major surgeries, including 3 brain surgeries, and I have extreme rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, and fibromyalgia. And I wanted to let him know that his Balance of Nature have helped boost my immune system so much, because I'm on injectable medications for the rheumatoid, and they bring down your immune system. Since I've been taking Balance of Nature, I haven't gotten a cold, nothing. It really helped me tremendously.
Good health is only a phone call away. What are you waiting for? Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code 660 AM.
Hurricane Harvey may have devastated South Texas, but it couldn't take away our spirit.
Join us Wednesday, September 20th at Verizon Theater in Grand Prairie for Night of Hope with Phil Wickham.
This is amazing grace.
Brandon Heath.
Where is hurting? You show me what healing can do.
Natalie Grant.
When did I forget that you've always been the king of the world?
For King and Country.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet.
Danny Goshen.
break in the dark, tears in the night can make you shine.
Mercy Me.
You are I am.
And Toby Mac.
100% of the proceeds go to benefit Texas Gulf Coast families rebuild their lives.
Tickets start at just $25.
Tickets on sale at VerizonTheater.com.
For many businesses, hiring is tough. You want access to highly qualified candidates fast. And you don't want to sign a long-term contract or pay upfront fees. That's why you need Indeed.com, delivering 6 times more hires than any other job site, according to independent research. Indeed is offering new users a $50 credit to give their first job post premium visibility as a sponsored job. Redeem this offer at Indeed.com/credit. That's Indeed.com/credit. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
Okay, keep your eyes closed.
Okay.
I want to show you my first ever painting.
Ooh, all right.
Okay. Open your eyes.
Oh, that's a lot of colors and shapes.
So be honest. What do you think?
Well, I like how if you switch to Geico, you could save hundreds of dollars on car insurance.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Here, why don't I hold your paintbrush while you call them?
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.
You can listen on the go. Find us on iHeartRadio. 660 AM. The Answer. Now, by popular demand, The Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to The Wells Reports. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. The President of the United States commemorated the 9/11 anniversary today. And he started his speech by saying this.
We're gathered here today to remember a morning that started very much like this one. Parents dropped off their children at school. Travelers stood in line at airports and getting ready to board flights. Here at the Pentagon and at offices all across the country, people began their early meetings. Then our whole world changed. America was under attack, first at the World Trade Center, then here at the Pentagon, and then in Pennsylvania. The horror and anguish of that dark day were seared into our national memory forever. It was the worst attack on our country since Pearl Harbor, and even worse because this was an attack on civilians, innocent men, women, and children whose lives were taken so needlessly. For the families with us on this anniversary, we know that not a single day goes by when you don't think about the loved one stolen from your life. Today, our entire nation grieves with you and with every family of those 2,977 innocent souls who were murdered by terrorists 16 years ago.
The president then went on to talk a little bit to the families who lost loved ones.
Each family here today represents a son or daughter, a sister or brother, a mother or father who was taken from you on that terrible, terrible day. But no force on earth can ever take away your memories, diminish your love, or break your will to endure and carry on and go forward. Though we can never erase your pain or bring back those you lost, we can honor their sacrifice by pledging our resolve to do whatever we must to keep our people safe.
Indeed. He then talked a little bit about how things changed in our nation 16 years ago today.
On that day, not only did the world change, but we all changed. Our eyes were opened to the depths of the evil we face. But in that hour of darkness, we also came together with renewed purpose. Our differences never looked so small. Our common bonds never felt so strong. The sacrifice grounds on which we stand today are a monument to our national unity and to our strength. For more than 7 decades, the Pentagon has stood as a global symbol of American might, not only because of the great power contained within these halls, but because of the incredible character of the people who fill them. They secure our freedom, they defend our flag, and they support our courageous troops all around the world. Among the 184 brave Americans who perished on these grounds were young enlisted service members, dedicated civil servants who had worked here for decades, and veterans who served our nation in Korea, in Vietnam, and in the Middle East. All of them loved this country and pledged their very lives to protect it. That September morning, each of those brave Americans died as they had lived, as heroes, doing their duty and protecting us and our country. We mourn them, we honor them, and we pledge to never, ever forget them.
About 1 minute.
We also remember and cherish the lives of the beloved Americans who boarded Flight 77 at Dulles Airport that morning. Every one of them had a family, a story, and beautiful dreams. Each of them had people they loved and who loved them back. And they all left behind a deep emptiness that their warmth and grace once filled so fully and so beautifully. The living, breathing soul of America wept with grief for every life taken on that day. We shed our tears in their memory, pledged our devotion in their honor, and turned our sorrow into an unstoppable resolve to achieve justice in their name.
The President of the United States today memorializing the 9/11 attacks. And here's how he talked about the legacy of the terrorists and our country right now.
The terrorists who attacked us thought they could incite fear and weaken our spirit. But America cannot be intimidated.
Playing it right now.
And those who try will soon join the long list of vanquished enemies who dared to test our mettle. In the years after September 11th, more than 5 million young men and women have joined the ranks of our great military to defend our country against barbaric forces of evil and destruction. American forces are relentlessly pursuing and destroying the enemy's all civilized people, ensuring, and these are horrible, horrible enemies, enemies like we've never seen before. But we're ensuring that they never again have a safe haven to launch attacks against our country. We are making plain to these savage killers that there is no dark corner beyond our reach, no sanctuary beyond our grasp, and nowhere to hide anywhere on this very large earth. Since 9/11, nearly 7,000 service members have given their lives fighting terrorists around the globe. Some of them rest just beyond this fence, in the shrine to our nation's heroes, on the grounds of Arlington National Cemetery. They came from all backgrounds, all races, all faiths, but they were all there to dedicate their lives, and they defend our one great American flag.
Indeed. The president talked a little bit about how the U.S. responded and will continue to respond in this speech today on the, I believe, west side of the Capitol building.
Here on the west side of the Pentagon, terrorists tried to break our resolve. It's not going to happen. But where they left a mark with fire and rubble, Americans defiantly raised the Stars and Stripes, our beautiful flag that for more than 2 centuries has graced our ships, flown in our skies, and led our brave heroes to victory after victory in battle. The flag that binds us all together as Americans who cherish our values and protect our way of life. The flag that reminds us today of who we are, what we stand for, and why we fight. Woven into that beautiful flag is the story of our resolve. We have overcome every challenge, every single challenge, every one of them. We've triumphed over every evil and remained united as one nation under God. America does not bend. We do not waver, and we will never, ever yield. So here at this memorial, with hearts both sad and determined, we honor every hero who keeps us safe and free, and we pledge to work together, to fight together, and to overcome together every enemy and obstacle that's ever in our path. Our values will endure. Our people will thrive. Our nation will prevail, and the memory of our loved ones will never, ever die. Thank you. May God bless you. May God forever bless the great United States of America. Thank you very much.
Indeed. Good speech by the President of the United States, perhaps his most presidential speech. He's really beginning to get this down. He's beginning to realize how to do it. And it's a pleasure and privilege to see it happen right before our eyes. 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. I probably should have brought that out earlier tonight. I'm sorry that I missed it, but I had to get back to it because I wanted you to hear the president and what he had to say. By the way, the U.S. House of Representatives approved $15 billion in aid to support those affected by Hurricane Harvey's destruction in southeast Texas. That legislation was sent to President Donald Trump's desk. He signed it. It is now law. There were, however, 4 people that signed against it or that voted against it. John Cornyn and Ted Cruz both voted for their chamber's version of the bill. But Joe Barton of Ennis, Jeb Hensarling of Dallas, Sam Johnson of Richardson, and Mac Thornberry of Clarendon did not vote for this bill. They did not vote for the bill because of the fact that today, it became official today, the United States of America is $20 trillion in debt. Now, I don't know whether $15 billion means that much in the face of a $20 trillion national debt, but I do know this. You keep adding up $15 billion over and over and over again, pretty soon, you're talking about real money. The measure passed the House, 316 votes to 90. Last Thursday, it passed the Senate 80 to 17. I understand why our Texas House of Representatives members voted the way they did. And I understand their point of view. And I'm glad they made the votes that they made. But I'm equally as glad that aid is going to be coming to Texas as well. Because, as you know, I saw the heartbreak and disaster firsthand in the faces of everybody from Houston, Texas, Port Arthur, Beaumont, that lived with us and the American Red Cross, the Salvation Army, and the Dallas Office of Emergency Management. I saw it in their faces. Many people will take advantage of this aid. I know. You know. But the vast majority of this aid will go to the right places and the right people. I realize we're $20 trillion in debt. I don't know how the government is going to fix it, because part of that $20 trillion in debt is all the money that I have invested, quote unquote, in Social Security. Telephone number is 866-660-5759. Troy, stick around. We'll hear from you next as we head towards midnight on 660 AM The Answer. 866-660-5759 will get you through to the Wells Report. Back for the first time in 2 weeks in the anchor chair. I'm John David Wells. Look to talk to you soon.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. We have an idea, a celebration featuring you and some special guests. Join us for an evening with Mark Davis, Wednesday, September 20th, Austin Ranch and Grapevine, featuring Colonel Alan West, Cowboys legend Daryl Moose Johnston, and my talk show brother, Mike Gallagher. Tickets on sale now at 660amtheanswer.com. A great dinner and an evening of radio stories, hot topics, unpredictable moments. An evening with Mark Davis. Join us September 20th. Tickets on sale now at 660amtheanswer.com. Brought to you by Southwest Office Systems, AAA Auger Services, and DFW Honda.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. People always ask me why we don't advertise on price. The answer? We advertise on quality. Imagine if Honda Accords were assembled by local car dealers instead of the factory. Wouldn't you pay a lot more attention to the quality of that dealer? Folks, replacing an air conditioner is the same thing. We're assembling that product in your attic, and the most important day of your system's life is the day it's installed. Our installation teams undergo hundreds of hours of hands-on factory and field training. Right now, you can combine manufacturer and utility rebates to save over $5,000 on a brand new system that can cut your electric bill in half. So call 2 other companies first, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning and see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number is 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-YOUR-HERO, or online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Hi, you may recognize my voice. For years, I've been doing the commercials for Vein Clinics of America. The really funny thing is I had bulging varicose and spider veins for years and didn't do anything about it. There were whole summers I'd play the cover-up game and suffer because I didn't want to wear shorts or skirts. Listen, when your veins are bulging out the back of your legs, you don't want people to see. It's embarrassing and painful. So I finally did something and I went to Vein Clinics of America. It was so much easier than I thought. My treatments only took about an hour and I went right back to work. And now I'm wearing shorts and my legs look and feel amazing. Best of all, my insurance covered the procedure. So stop hiding. Call Vein Clinics of America now. They're the best. They're the largest, and they've been helping people restore their legs for over 35 years. There's absolutely no reason to suffer any longer. Call Vein Clinics now for your free fast-track consultation. Call 800-780-1975. 800-780-1975. That's 800-780-1975.
Message and data rates may apply.
What's the scariest thing about going to the dentist? Opening your mouth or opening your wallet? Because just a simple cleaning can cost $100, and things like root canals can cost you hundreds more. If you don't have dental insurance to help, text KIT to 642-642 for a free information kit from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps pay for checkups right away, so you can call today and get your teeth cleaned tomorrow. Plus, it helps cover the more expensive procedures you might need down the road. Fillings, crowns, bridges, even costly dentures. There's no deductible and no annual maximum. Your acceptance is guaranteed for one of these insurance policies, even if you're retired or on Medicare. There are no networks, so you can choose any dentist you'd like. That's right, any dentist you want. Text KIT to 642-642 for a free information kit with all the details. That's KIT to 642-642. Again, Text KIP to 642-642.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. Every day people ask me, can I still take advantage of today's low rates? Is it still a good time to refinance? The answer is yes. Now's a great time to call Quicken Loans at 800-QUICKEN. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.99%, APR 4.19%. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com. That's 800-QUICKEN.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
Where can you go for the finest jumbo white butterfly shrimp rolled in panko breadcrumbs and cooked to golden perfection? Only at Long John Silver's. Try the new panko butterfly shrimp. Wait, what? You want more? Well, for a limited time only, you could kick up the flavor with our sweet and tangy sauce. What could possibly top this? You could add a delicious deep-fried Twinkie for only 99 cents. Because at Long John Silver's, you deserve more. At participating locations, see store for details.
You're unique, so why is your mattress one size fits all? Because a custom mattress costs thousands, until now. Hi, I'm Christian von Rickenbach, founder of HelixSleep.com, where you can buy a mattress online, customized for you, for hundreds of dollars instead of thousands. Go to HelixSleep.com, answer a few simple questions, and we build you the most comfortable mattress you'll ever sleep on. Shipping is free, and you have 100 nights to try it out. Go to HelixSleep.com/talkradio and get $50 off your order. HelixSleep.com/talkradio.
Dallas, Fort Worth's home for stimulating talk. 660 AM, The Answer. The Wells Report, a daily good old-fashioned North Texas barbecue of anybody trying to take advantage of us on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. Let's talk to Troy in Dallas. Hey, Troy.
Appreciate your service down there in Houston. I'm sure a lot of people do.
Actually, I didn't make it to Houston. I was in Dallas the whole time, but it
were
may,
you? Okay.
yeah, it seemed like we were living in a completely different country.
Yeah. Well, I was telling Vicky, I think some of it has to do with the fact that I'm getting old. I just turned 61, and at 61, you're not old, but you realize that you're closer to the end than the beginning. And this year, the 9/11, it really has bothered me more, I think, than any other year. And I think the reason why is I think some people have forgotten. And if there was ever an event that could bring America together, that was it. And it looks like we're, the short attention span theater is alive and well. I just don't think people think about it that much anymore, and that kind of bothers me. And I see people hitting each other over the head at protests and this divisiveness and this talk of the racism and all that. Of course, we know who's responsible for whipping that people into a frenzy for that.
Sure, of course.
I think the races get along better than ever, JD. I really do.
Well, there's no doubt about the fact that we had this dragon slayed, all but slayed, in 2008. And then there are people who believe that the election of Barack Obama, strangely enough, set us back 20 years. And they may be right. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM, The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis for my friend Josh DeShong. Let's make this the summer where Josh sells your home as quickly as he sold ours. I love this guy. You get the Josh DeShong promise. He comes, sits down with you. You talk price and time frame. You reach an agreement on a price you'd love and a time frame you can handle. And if he can't sell that house of yours at that price in that time frame, he buys it. He promises if he can't sell it, he buys it. So get going. 972-325-6644. 972-325-6644 or getsold.net. Now, not only will he do that on the market, but there's an instant buyout program right now. They can give you an offer today without even listing the home. Best part is in a lot of areas throughout North Texas, you're getting full market value without even listing the home, not worrying about showings and stuff. So if you're really ready to move fast, go for the instant buyout program. 972-325-6644. Ask about it at 972-325-6644 or getsold.net.
This is a special alert to consumers who owe back taxes to the IRS.
Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing during the decline in the U.S. economy, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle tax problems. An open phone line has been established by National Tax Relief. Grab a pen or put this number in your cell phone, but call 1-800-210-0311 today. That's 1-800-210-0311. When you call, you'll get information and see if you qualify. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and can't afford to pay them back, there's no need to fear anymore. You may qualify for a program that could settle your tax problems and save you money. For free information and to see if you qualify, call National Tax Relief today at 1-800-210-0311. That's 1-800-210-0311. Call National Tax Relief today. 1-800-210-0311.
It's easy to get the timeless look of hardwood for your home with great flooring deals from Lumber Liquidators. This week, get 10 to 23% off all Dream Home X2O water-resistant laminate. Save big on wood look waterproof floors, like 47% off Prairie Oak wood look tile. Or choose solid pre-finished hardwood, including exotic styles, and get discount prices from $2.99. Plus, more deals from 39 cents and special financing. Now is the time. Get to your local Lumber Liquidators today.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group. On the NASDAQ as SALM. KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jill Nato. A long road to recovery for Florida after Hurricane Irma pummeled the state.
Governor Rick Scott says the damage along Florida's southwest coast could have been worse, but the Keys were not so lucky.
We saw a lot of boats wash ashore. We saw basically almost every trailer park, they're overturned.
And while the heaviest of the rain has moved out,
rivers across the state continue to rise, and standing water remains an issue over the entire peninsula.
Irma rolled into Georgia Monday afternoon and is expected to hit Alabama Tuesday. Steve Rappaport, Fox News.
Apple getting ready for its big reveal Tuesday. 3 new iPhones making their public debut, one reportedly with a price tag of $1,000. The Dow closing up by 259 points on Monday. Fox News. We report, you decide.
660 AM, The Answer.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Manzeri, co-owner of Statewide Remodeling. It's been said many times, people believe what they want to believe. Many will ignore logic and go with emotion because the fear of loss is always stronger than the opportunity for gain. This often happens when choosing a home improvement contractor. People are swayed by some pretty before and after pictures and a convincing story accompanied with what sounds like a too good to be true price. They should be concerned with how long have they been in business. What kind of warranties do they have, and are they in writing? Don't get me wrong, price is important, but it should not be the deciding factor. When I started Statewide Remodeling with my partner over 23 years ago, we said we wanted to offer the best products with the strongest warranty at a fair price. I can tell you that is still our goal today. So if you need a company you can trust to install new windows and doors, exterior siding and trim, sunrooms or patio covers, or a new kitchen or bathroom, call us now for a free estimate and receive 23% off your whole project. The number to call is 888-270-7095. That's 888-270-7095.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity if you have over $100,000 in available assets until you receive your customized income for life quote from next-gen annuity strategy pioneer J.D. Mellberg. These quotes use little-known strategies to show you how you may get up to 33% more income in retirement. Using J.D. Mellberg Financial's exclusive next-gen strategies, John, 58, will get $36,000 of guaranteed income per year from his retirement savings, and Mary, 62, over $9,000 per year. They'll never run out of money, no matter how long they live. So grab a pen right now, because we're about to offer you your free income for life quote using little-known strategies we believe you should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-201-7676 now to receive your free income for life quote with our exclusive next-gen annuity strategies from a J.D. Mellberg Insurance licensed agent. Call 800-201-7676. That's 800-201-7676. Increased income is possible following a specific strategy suited to your financial goals. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurance company. Hypothetical examples not available in all states. Results vary.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business. So make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-827-5948 now. That's 800-827-5948 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-827-5948 to learn more. 800-827-5948. That's 800-827-5948. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
Message and data rates may apply.
Why is your husband so... Your hubby is just... Something about your man.
How is her husband leaving women speechless? He got his youth, his swagger, and his hair back at Bosley. And because he got an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card when he texted MAN to 543-543. If you want hair that can wow, never settle for less than Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration.
Check. Did you vote for President Donald Trump? I sure did. Did you vote for a complete removal of something known as the debt limit? I sure didn't. What would we do if President Trump wanted to do away with the federal debt limit? We may have to actually deal with this. We'll talk about it next time on the Wells Report. Mark Davis, I am back from my 2-week sojourn into the world of the Kay Bailey Hutchison Storm Shelter. It was hard duty with the Texas State Guard, but it was also incredibly satisfying, and we helped a lot of people. And thanks very much. What's coming up on the Wells Report tonight? We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about how President Trump wants to kill the debt limit. Wait a minute. Well, did you say kill the debt limit and President Trump in the same sentence? Yeah, I'm afraid so. And we'll discuss it tonight on the Wells Report on 660 AM The Answer.
One single day, one moment for all of us to come together.
100% of the proceeds go to benefit Texas Gulf Coast families rebuild their lives.
Tickets start at just $25.
Tickets on sale at VerizonTheater.com.
At Simple Sleep Services, our team of doctors are experts in providing the least invasive treatment for snoring and sleep apnea. A custom-fit, comfortable solution that you simply pop in before bed each night and wake up feeling refreshed. And it's covered by medical insurance. We are the most experienced team in the nation providing our treatment, and your diagnosis will be from a board-certified sleep physician using today's latest technology. Visit simplesleepservices.com or call 469-685-1700. No CPAP, no surgery, no implants, just simple sleep.
Learn a little something at the start of your day. The Mark Davis Show. Mornings 7 to 10 on 660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. As you know, I have been for the last 2 weeks at the Kay Bailey Hutchison Storm Shelter, serving my fellow Texan, my fellow Texas brothers and sisters. And I mentioned that I did so with the Texas State Guard as a part of the Texas Military Department. It was a complete deployment of all of us in the Texas Military Forces. But we aren't the only people there. The American Red Cross was there in force, as was the Salvation Army and the Dallas Department, the Dallas Office of Emergency Management. One of the bright lights of the shelter joins us now. She is the dormitory manager, probably had the toughest job on the premises. She joins us and was absolutely instrumental in the success the Texas State Guard had. Ms. Cassie Caesar joins us. Cass, thanks very much for joining us. Welcome to the Wells Report.
Oh, good night. Good night. Well, I couldn't miss seeing you. You know, you're the bright, shining guard up there, so I had to say hello to my new favorite friend.
Oh, how sweet of you. Thank you very much. Now tell everybody how much safer you felt when my hulking mass was protecting you from the bad guys all around the shelter.
Oh, definitely. I mean, if y'all weren't there, I don't know if I would show up every night. So I was so thankful, and have all of you around me and just partnering with me every night. It was a eye-opening experience,
Really was.
and to say the least.
What does, I mean, have you done this before? Tell us about some of your other shelter work.
Yeah, no, first time.
Yeah.
Walked in, had a couple of weeks off, walked in, just wanted to lend a hand, and next thing you know, they identified some of my leadership skills, and I was helping out, and moved up to dorm manager pretty quickly. So it was quite an experience, but also I think it's a newfound passion. Emergency management. I think I really enjoy that.
Emergency management certainly is at the center part of my universe. I have to be perfectly honest with you. It was an eye opener for me as well. I have served in smaller shelters, but this large mega shelter idea, it was a joint service. In other words, the Office of Emergency Management of Dallas and the Red Cross got together to put this shelter together. You guys looked like you were working together very beautifully, even though there were Red Cross rules that were somewhat different than those in use by the Office of Emergency Management. Talk to us about how that interfacing was and how you guys got along.
Yeah, and so being the first shelter I've ever worked in, I wasn't privy to all the rules of Red Cross, so I kind of winged it per se, and was learning along the way. But all the people from City of Dallas, OEM, just all the organizations, they really one of the first and foremost things they wanted to do was to be concise and try to be on the same page and just care for these people and make their lives just a little better the time that we had with them. So it was a great experience. I met so many wonderful people, so many.
And indeed, I count you among the wonderful people that I was able to meet. You did such a good job, and your role is not one that gets written up in the newspapers. It's not one that gets talked about in a great many ways. But I have watched you for days, and on hard circumstances. We were there for 12 hours at a time, and I have seen you move from circumstance to circumstance, solving problem after problem after problem. And I wanted to take this opportunity to recognize you for all the things that you did and all of the things you're going to continue to do. I understand you're going to go back there tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to close it out, I believe, Friday. Thank you so much for that. That's such sweet compliments. But Friday, I believe, is the target date that they had been speaking of as the closing date. So I'm going to be there to help close it out and kind of see it till the end and have some of those experiences under my belt to hopefully be able to be deployed again and be able to be in more of a leading role. I don't know what's in store, but anyway, it was a great experience, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
Good deal, and I'm glad you did. And Cassie Caesar, I appreciate Caesar. I'm so glad that you were a part of this because, you were, like I said, instrumental in the success of the Texas State Guard as we were there. You helped us and guided us in so many great ways, and we truly appreciated it. And I'm glad that you had time to call us tonight.
Well, thank you, and same to you. And I just have to put a shout out for my friend whose title is Master Sergeant Wells, and his team. They were all great, and I have to say we had the National Guard there and the Texas Guard, and my faves was the Texas Guard. So anyway, you have a good night.
You too. Take good care. Cassie Caesar joining us, dormitory manager for the Kay Bailey Hutchison Storm Shelter. The this is going to be talked about for many years, and it's going to be compared to the Superdome shelter for Hurricane Katrina. The things we learned there were put in place here, and while things were not perfect, they were certainly far, far better. those of us in emergency management, those of us who have a part to play in these shelters after huge and damaging natural disasters, and yes, man-made ones too, those of us who have a part to play are going to be nourished from the things that we learned in the shelter and the things we learned from people just like Cassie Caesar, who joined us a second ago. Everything that we do is a steady improvement. And we are very much looking forward to being able to apply what we've learned in the next opportunity, even though we all wish it doesn't, we hope that it never happens. Shelter life is hard. It's hard to manage. It's hard to execute. It's hard to receive. You don't really appreciate it until you see the empty eyes of an exhausted human being that spent the last 2 days up to their waist in water, that saw all of their possessions absolutely wasted, walking into the shelter on the brink of tears, men, women, children. The simple pleasure of a warm, dry blanket, hot cup of coffee, began the restorative work of the rest of that shelter. And people like Cassie absolutely make it fly. Without the Red Cross, it would have been a much colder, much more difficult place. But because the warm light of those fine people were there, we found ourselves in a position where there was indeed love in the room, nurturing care in the room. And most people got it. Some people simply refused to see the gift they had been given. It was sad, and it was bad that they didn't. And yes, they indeed created a great deal of trouble for the rest of us. Will it stop us from our work? No. No. But at some point, somebody must say, hey, you're living in someone's house that is not yours. Perhaps the grace of the people who are making it possible should be shared by you as you receive it. Again, that message will not reach everyone. But even if it reaches a few more, people like Kathy Caesar will have an easier day. And you want that. You do. 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. There's a scumbag I need to talk about. He is Illinois Representative Luis Gutierrez. He is a Democrat. He is someone who has no idea what he's talking about in most cases. He is a single issue candidate. He is someone who was brilliantly described by White House Chief of Staff John Kelly. Illinois Representative Luis Gutierrez leveled criticism at Kelly over his support of President Trump's decision to end the DACA program. In an email to Fox News late this weekend, or actually in response to a statement made by Luis Gutierrez, John Kelly said that Congress did nothing to help the so-called dreamers when they had the chance. He was talking about the Democrats in Congress. As far as the congressman and other irresponsible members of Congress are concerned, they have the luxury of saying what they want as they do nothing and have almost no responsibility, said Kelly. They can call people liars, but it would be inappropriate for me to say the same back at them. As my blessed mother used to say, empty barrels make the most noise. truly Luis Gutierrez is an empty suit, part of the badly needed to be drained swamp. By the way, the reason that John Kelly responded to Luis Gutierrez was because the House Democrat, in an absolutely inappropriate use of political rhetoric, said that John Kelly, a lieutenant general in the United States Marine Corps, was a disgrace to the uniform. He's a retired Marine Corps general. And more importantly, Mr. Gutierrez, he's a Gold Star father, which means he lost a child in war.
Empowered Texans.
How can you determine the depth of the man named Luis Gutierrez? He hasn't found the culture. He hasn't found the courtesy or even the intestinal fortitude to stand up and apologize. I almost didn't call him an empty suit because it would be an insult to empty suits everywhere. So I'll just let it go at this. Luis Gutierrez is a non-person. He's a politician of ridiculous proportions. This is the Wells Report. Texas is a conservative state. It will only stay that way if Texans remain informed and engaged. Hi, I'm John David Wells from the Wells Report. If we are informed and engaged, deal with reality and accountability, we will continue to have the government we want instead of the government we deserve. Making that government that we want possible is Michael Quinn Sullivan. He's a part of Empowered Texans. As a matter of fact, he's the guy who created it. He's been a friend of mine for over a decade. We've served in the Texas State Guard together. Fiscal responsibility, showing citizens how to hold officials accountable to the voters and accountable, is something that American politics needs across the board. That being said, Empowered Texans does the hard work of accountability right here in Texas. Their Metroplex operation focuses on city, school, and county government, while their Austin offices focus on state government issues. Visit empoweredtexans.com and subscribe to their free weekly news digest. This will be a welcome addition to your political research every week. Once again, go to empoweredtexans.com, empoweredtexans.com, empoweredtexans.com. Tell them you heard about it on the Wells Report.
660 AM, The Answer.
Summertime may be winding down, but you know there are more adventures on the horizon. Hey, it's Mark Davis and my friends at Climate Evangelist Eye Center. Maybe it's a Labor Day getaway, still get to go to the beach, Friday night on the patio with friends, still time to celebrate the good Texas weather. So whatever you see yourself doing, you shouldn't have to deal with bad vision, contacts, foggy glasses. Time to talk about achieving great vision, the phenomenal end of summer LASIK special. You ready? $2,000 off. Blade-free LASIK if you have your procedure by September 30th. $2,000 off. Learn more at 1-800-714-2020, 1-800-714-2020, Climate Evangelist Eye Center. Dallas, Arlington, Plano, free consultation, world-class care, great group of surgeons, advanced technology, great people. You get great vision, all while saving $2,000. 1-800-714-2020, 1-800-714-2020, or learn more at LASIK, LASIK, LASIKsurgery.com.
Do you know what AREA is?
It's a real estate investor association, and it's where smart people go to obtain wholesale houses, obtain no money, no credit financing, meet local buyers, sellers, and investing partners, and receive local market intelligence and training. Don't buy houses retail. That's ridiculous. And please don't waste your time and money going to a get-rich-quick seminar from a traveling pitchman. Come network with local Dallas area real estate investors that are just getting started or taking it to the next level. Come join the largest real estate investor network in Texas. We meet on Thursday, September 14th at 6 p.m. at the Dallas Addison Marriott by the Galleria. And you can register to attend for free by calling 888-205-2098. This month's topic is how to complete a real estate deal by the end of 2017. Call 888-205-2098. Write it down. That's 888-205-2098 to attend any of our upcoming meetings and receive a valuable Texas real estate training program for free. Brought to you by the Dallas Real Estate Investment Association.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
Oh, I had my joints all ached. My sciatic nerve was really bad. Like 10 hours, my eyes were so tired and heavy and almost burning. And then when I woke up in the morning, there was this nagging pain. I mean, it hurt to open them. And just in a week, like, I don't have the nagging pain anymore. My joints stopped hurting. And I'm in wood season. I'm lugging wood right now, and I'm not hurting. So that's, like, amazing for me. I'm usually really suffering. It's pretty effective. And so now, like I said, my husband and I are both taking it. And he even said his joints aren't aching as much, and he's feeling better.
Good health is only a phone call away. What are you waiting for? Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code 660AM.
Acme Home Insurance.
Yes, I'd like to make a claim.
What are you wanting to claim, sir?
My air conditioner broke down.
Sorry, but your home insurance doesn't cover air conditioner breakdowns.
So what do you cover?
Home damage from things like earthquakes, volcanoes, a zombie apocalypse.
A zombie apocalypse? But that'll never happen.
But if it did, you'd be covered, sir.
But not my air conditioner?
I'm afraid not.
But his air conditioner could have been covered with a home warranty from American Home Shield. We cover major components of air conditioners, plus 20 other home systems and appliances, like electrical systems, plumbing, refrigerators, and more. For valuable free information, call 1-800-400-6096. Homeowners insurance can cover what might happen.
Zombies are coming!
But a home warranty helps cover what will happen.
Now the dryer won't work.
Be sure with the Shield. American Home Shield. For valuable free information, call 1-800-400-6096. That's 1-800-400-6096. 1-800-400-6096.
Listen to us live on iHeartRadio, 660 AM. The Answer. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The Wells Report on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. If you know anybody in Illinois, tell them to vote for any other Democrat besides Luis Gutierrez. The guy's an awful human being. Has no business being a part of the swamp. Time to get him a private sector job. You know, at least until he gets control of his mouth. 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. There are a couple of people we're going to talk about here. There is new pressure on former FBI Director James Comey. He has been accused by the White House of giving false testimony and suggested that the Justice Department look at whether he perjured himself, as Republican lawmakers stepped up pressure on the former FBI director to clarify apparent discrepancies in public statements to Congress. Since the director's firing, we've learned new information about his conduct that only provided further justification for that firing, said White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders, citing false testimony among her examples. Asked to clarify whether she thought Comey perjured himself or at least misled Congress, Sanders told Fox News' John Roberts, "I think that's something probably for the DOJ to look at, not me. I'm not an attorney." Sanders, who defended the Comey firing in response to criticism from former chief strategist Steve Bannon, did not specify what testimony she was citing, but comments came after Senator Lindsey Graham told Fox News' Catherine Herridge last week that he wants to bring back Comey to Capitol Hill over concerns his statements on the conclusion of the Hillary Clinton email case. This doesn't add up, and I smell a rat here. Yeah, welcome to the party, Senator. That rat's been stinking now ever since we heard that press conference where James Comey jumped chain of command, took charge of the public aspects of the Clinton investigation, and then flushed the whole thing down the tubes. There were 16 specifications of federal law that were violated by the former First Lady of the United States and former Secretary of State. 16. Many of those were slam dunk convictions, open and shut cases. To say that no reasonable prosecutor would prosecute any of those cases is the smelly rat in the room. Strangely enough, it hasn't gone away. Strangely enough, as more is known about this, the more pressure is piled upon the former FBI director, whose greatest sin is to take the greatest federal law enforcement agency in world history and turn it into a political tool for the use of the Obama administration. Because of James Comey's work, we now have a dual justice system. There is a justice system for the power elite and a justice system for the rest of us. All because of James Comey. All because his willingness to play politics instead of being a law enforcement officer. These are things that will haunt the United States and, of course, the FBI for at least a decade. It is my hope that this man be run to earth, that the truth be extricated from his very political mind, and that we move forward with proper pronouncements and proper punishments levied. This is the Wells Report.
This is Michael Medved for townhall.com. At key turning points in history, dramatic events seem to come together to force cooperation between even the most reluctant partisans. In the face of the devastation from Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Irma, for instance, even a brief governmental shutdown would have been unthinkable. So Republicans and Democrats came together to provide disaster relief, to pass a budget, and to raise the debt ceiling. Meanwhile, the H-bomb explosion by North Korea means that all sides should rally behind the president in his strong economic or military response to the brutal regime in Pyongyang and to build up our armed forces. Finally, there's the new 6-month deadline for so-called dreamers. The prospect of deportation of 800,000 gainfully employed young Americans who've been raised since childhood in the U.S. would do major economic and social damage. So liberals must work with conservatives for meaningful immigration reform and enhanced border security. Big challenges require big and bipartisan responses, including better coordination between Congress and the president. I'm Michael Medved.
Standard text message and data rates may apply.
Hey, time out, guys. Living an active life has always been important to me. I've been playing in the same weekend basketball game for years. And I try to get to the gym, too, 3 times a week. But I'm in my 50s now, and my energy level and stamina just aren't what they used to be. I was ready to just accept it as part of getting older when I heard about nitric oxide. It's vital in our bodies as it signals our blood vessels to relax and expand, helping to increase circulation. But after 40, we don't produce enough of it. Then I discovered SuperBeets, a powerful, concentrated superfood that you drink. It supports blood flow and oxygen to your entire body, giving your heart and cardiovascular system a boost. SuperBeets helps increase your energy, stamina, and vitality. Thanks to SuperBeets, I'm back to living the healthy life I love.
You can try SuperBeets for free for 10 days. Just text SUPER to 246810 to claim your free 10-day supply of SuperBeets. All you pay is processing and handling. Text the word SUPER to 246810 now to get your free 10-day supply. Text SUPER to 246810.
Varicose and spider veins. What a gift from my mom. She had them and I got them. Not only are they uncomfortable and sometimes painful, but I stopped wearing shorts and skirts because I was embarrassed and hated the way my legs looked. So I went to Vein Clinics of America. The procedure took about an hour and I was right back to work. What they're doing these days with lasers and minimally invasive technologies is unbelievable. The staff made me feel so comfortable, and the results, well, even my husband noticed. Vein Clinics of America has been treating vein disease for over 35 years. They're the largest and most experienced in the U.S. Look, I've been doing the commercials for vein clinics for years because I believe in them, and you can trust them too. The best part was my insurance covered the procedure. So stop hiding your legs this summer. There's no reason to suffer any longer. Call Vein Clinics of America now for your free fast track consultation. Call 800-780-1975. 800-780-1975. That's 800-780-1975.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Let's talk about AC service techs that are really just salesmen in disguise. Most companies use their service techs to sell new equipment on service calls. And the more equipment they sell, the more commission they make. But would you buy a new car from your mechanic? The fact is, the guy you're trusting to repair your system actually makes more money if he can sell you a new one. At Reliant Air Conditioning, you get a certified service technician, not a salesman. Our techs don't work on commission, and they don't sell equipment. If you need a new system, now you can combine manufacturer and utility rebates to save over $5,000 on a brand new system that can cut your electric bill in half. So call 2 other companies first, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning and see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-YOUR-HERO or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Manzeri, co-owner of Statewide Remodeling, with what we think is a pretty important announcement. Statewide Remodeling has been awarded an exclusive distributorship for Kohler walk-in bathtubs, which are manufactured right here in Texas. If you've been considering one of these, you need to give us a call. Many manufacturers have these built out of the country, and you know the problems that can cause. We buy factory direct from the #1 brand in bathroom products, and since we're the #1 bathroom remodeling company in Texas with warranty second to none, I'd say that's a hard combination to beat. And if you call now for your free design consultation in celebration of our 23rd year in business, you will receive 23% off your whole project. That discount applies to all bathroom remodeling, like tub to shower conversions and one-day acrylic overlays. We offer 100% financing and many same-as cash options. Stop by our Dallas showroom at 2450 Esters Boulevard, north of DFW Airport. Check us out online anytime at statewideremodeling.com, or for that in-home design, call 888-270-7095. That's 888-270-7095.
This is 660 AM. The Answer. The Wells Report. Must-hear radio on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. So what do you say we find out what Mark Davis has planned for us tomorrow morning, bright and early, say 7 o'clock? Mark, tell us.
A new week is underway. The Cowboys have started well, and we've resumed a certain post-hurricane focus on the issues that usually captivate us. The tax reform package that should unify Republicans, and a variety of local issues that need our attention. Join me early on Tuesday. I'll be filling in for Hugh Hewitt 5 to 8, and then rolling local 8 a.m. to 10.
Absolutely fantastic. The incredible Mark Davis. My favorite talk show host of all time. Let's see, where was I? Oh yeah, there was something else about James Comey I wanted to make sure that you knew. This is being reported by Josh Gerstein of Politico. Former FBI Director James Comey began drafting a statement rejecting the idea of criminal charges against Democrat presidential candidate Hillary Clinton over her private email account 2 months or more before Clinton was interviewed in the FBI probe. This, according to partial transcripts of interviews released, I guess, last Thursday by 2 Republican senators. Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley and Senator Lindsey Graham say they obtained the transcripts from the Office of Special Counsel, a government watchdog agency that launched an investigation into whether Comey's actions violated a federal law against government employees engaging in political activity while on duty. In a letter sent last Wednesday to Comey's successor, FBI Director Christopher Wray, Grassley and Graham said Comey's move to start preparing the statement sometime in April or early May reflected a premature conclusion that Clinton should be charged. Conclusion first, fact gathering second, is no way to run an investigation, said the FBI. The FBI should be held to a higher standard than that, especially in a matter of such great public interest and controversy, said Grassley and Graham. They then demanded all FBI records of the drafts Comey prepared, as well as other materials related to the OSC probe. Grassley and Graham said the OSC, the Office of Special Counsel, a permanent independent executive branch agency unrelated to Special Counsel Robert Mueller's Trump-Russia probe, shut down its investigation after Comey was fired in May by President Donald Trump. That's because the key law prohibiting use of an official position for political purposes, the Hatch Act, is not a criminal statute. As a result, there's no action that can be taken against people who are no longer government employees. A spokesperson for the Office of Special Counsel declined to comment on the senator's claims or to discuss the agency's inquiry into Comey's conduct. I smell a rat here, says Lindsey Graham. Yeah, most certainly. As you know, I am concerned about Jeff Sessions as the Attorney General of the United States. And the reason that I am is because he is a politician. His instincts are political, especially after so many years as a senator. And I believe that he will take a political course instead of a legal one. It concerns me greatly that the possibility of running to earth someone like a former director of the FBI and someone who was a former Secretary of State will certainly be a difficult thing for him to pursue, insofar as he refuses to pursue a high-ranking bureaucrat in the IRS. By the way, his decision not to prosecute Lois Lerner is, in my view, the biggest mistake of the Trump administration so far. That is a huge error, because at once it says that the IRS can indeed be used as a political weapon, and that those who use this as a political weapon will not be held accountable in any way, shape, or form. And the other thing that this leads us to is something more urgent. That the DOJ refuses to pursue Lois Lerner means that the sooner we can pass tax reform, the better. Tax reform being passed, in my view, would be something along the line of abolishing the IRS completely and replacing it with an agency that would simply collate cards that would represent the tax returns of most Americans. Would this perhaps cost me my write-off or my interest paid on my house? Yes, it probably will. Will that cost me a lot of money? Yes, it probably will. But in order to have the IRS completely eviscerated as a political tool to be used to frighten, intimidate, and prosecute political opposition, I would say it would be worth it. Hillary Clinton is back in the news. The former Democrat presidential nominee said in an interview broadcast yesterday, she is done being a candidate, but she is not leaving politics. Is your political career over? Said Jane Pauley, asking on CBS Sunday morning. She said, yes, as an active politician, it's over. I'm done being a candidate, but I'm not done with politics because I literally believe our country's future is at stake. Clinton's comments come days before the release of her new book, What Happened, which accounts her experience in the 2016 presidential election. The former Democrat nominee reflects on her shocking loss to President Trump and ultimately takes responsibility for the defeat, only after blaming former FBI Director James Comey, Russia, WikiLeaks, Facebook, fake news, voter ID laws, sexism, and let's not forget misogyny. Oh, yes, it's all my fault, but I blame Comey, Russia, WikiLeaks, Facebook, fake news, voter ID laws, sexism, and misogyny. There's something missing there, Ms. Former Secretary of State. There is. She says that Russian election meddling helped her lose. Well, in point of fact, the Russians had decided that she was going to win. Why would they then suddenly reverse course to try to help her lose? Especially when she would be so simple to outflank, outmaneuver, outthink at any given moment. She proved that while she was Secretary of State. As long as there was a fat charge to the Clinton Foundation or the Clinton Global Initiative, Hillary Clinton was as malleable as as Play-Doh at 200 degrees. Clinton openly questions the actions taken by former President Obama and former President Biden during and after the campaign. Despite her loss, Clinton told Jane Pauley she takes pride in having run a traditional campaign compared to Trump's unconventional one. We have a reality show that leads to the election of a president. He ends up in the Oval Office. Boy, it's so much harder than I thought it would be. This is really tough. I had no idea. Well, yeah, because it's not a show. It's real, she says. Grabbian News reports it this way. Hillary Clinton believes that were it not for James Comey, Russia, WikiLeaks, Facebook, fake news, voter ID laws, or America's endemic sexism and misogyny, she would currently be president of the United States. Yeah. And then she blamed her Wisconsin loss on a voter ID law that alleged helped reduce turnout by 200,000 votes. That is the voter ID law she's talking about. The only problem with Clinton in that particular assertion is that independent fact checkers have cited the study that she cited as false. In Wisconsin, where I lost by just 22,748 votes, a study from Priorities USA estimated the new voter ID law helped reduce turnout by 200,000 votes, primarily from low-income and minority areas. Yeah. PolitiFact scored that claim as mostly false in May when Senator Tammy Baldwin alleged voter turnout in 2016 was reduced by approximately 200,000 votes. PolitiFact wrote it this way. A report she cites from a Democrat candidate supporting group says a decline in voter turnout between the 2012 and 2016 presidential elections in Wisconsin was entirely due to the state's new photo identification requirement for voting. But experts say that while photo ID requirements reduced voter turnout to some extent, they question the methodology of the report and say there's no way to put a number on how many people in Wisconsin didn't vote because of the ID requirement. So in other words, in her defense, she cited fake news. How appropriate. Hillary Clinton lost because of her legendary vitriol finally did her political career in. Hillary Clinton is not the president of the United States, not because of what happened in Russia or what happened in the pages of a newspaper or any of that. She's not president because of what possibly happened in Benghazi, where she lied to Gold Star families about the loss of their loved ones, all the while telling her daughter and the foreign minister of Pakistan that it wasn't terrorism, it wasn't this film at all, it was terrorism. That level of duplicity is unacceptable. That level of duplicity saddles her with the death of Christopher Stevens, Sean Smith, and the rest of the Benghazi contingent who lost their lives. While Hillary Clinton was trying to figure out whether the Marine Corps should wear their uniforms when they go into battle to rescue her own ambassador. That process required 5 hours. And for some reason, was enough to keep her out of the Oval Office, as it should. There are a lot of people who can say, you know, I didn't do this or I didn't do that, or I'm innocent of this and I'm innocent of that. But the American people are very adroit at realizing when there is a massive character flaw. Hillary Clinton may indeed be a sociopath. We don't know. But someone who constructs their own reality. Someone who believes that everyone else is beneath her. Someone who will literally cost the life of someone and then blame it on a film in San Diego in front of Gold Star families, and then be so duplicitous as to report it a different way before her buddies that may indeed the foundation and the Clinton Global Initiative. People like that go to jail for very, very good reasons. So she says in her run-up to the release of her book that she is done being a candidate. The only thing that I can reply to that statement is by saying yes. Yes, you are done being a candidate. And thank God, too. This is the Wells Report.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. Do you share my nostalgia for a simpler time in America? We stood together to fight for a common flag. We backed a president in times of national unity. We stood together neighbor to neighbor. We didn't fight over silly things because at the end we were all Americans. Those were the days when values really meant something, and we shared a lot of those values. Well, there are folks fighting to get America back to that. My cell phone company, Patriot Mobile, is one of them. Make them your cell phone company too. PatriotMobile.com or 1-800-A-PATRIOT. In this busy back-to-school season, Patriot Mobile offering nationwide 4G LTE coverage, unlimited talk, text, and data, free iPhone 5S, free Samsung Galaxy S5, you pick it, all for $55 a month. The promo code is BTS back to school, BTS50 at 1-800-A-PATRIOT or PatriotMobile.com. Check out the website, see all the American conservative organizations that they support, and you can support them too by becoming a Patriot Mobile customer. 1-800-A-PATRIOT, PatriotMobile.com, promo code BTS50.
If you're a sleep apnea sufferer who's on the go to your phone and call right now to try the world's first portable mini CPAP device, absolutely risk-free for 10 restful nights. It's the Transcend Mini CPAP, an engineering marvel that's as small as a soda can and weighs less than a pound. Its unique design is so small and so light, you can fit it in your briefcase or purse to use anywhere you go. No more dragging around a big, bulky CPAP. Even better, now you can try Transcend absolutely risk-free for 10 restful nights by calling minicpap.com, 1-800-400-2199. Transcend is FAA compliant too, so you can even sleep comfortably while flying. You can also add a battery pack that's as tiny as a deck of cards. So now you can enjoy the freedom to sleep comfortably anywhere. But don't wait. To receive your 10-night in-home trial, call minicpap.com now. 1-800-400-2199. That's 1-800-400-2199.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
If you're young and healthy, you don't need life insurance, right? Yeah, that's what I used to think too, until my brother died at 38. Joe left his wife with 2 kids, a mortgage, and a stack of bills she couldn't pay. Mary had to sell the house and move everybody into this tiny 2-bedroom apartment just to make ends meet. I never want to do that to my wife. so I got life insurance. I called AIG Direct and was really surprised how affordable it is. Just $14 a month for $250,000 of term life coverage. Listen, if you have a family, you should seriously think about getting life insurance. You'll feel a lot better having it. Trust me.
Call AIG Direct for a free, no-obligation quote. The call takes less than 5 minutes, and you could save up to 70%. Call now. 1-800-400-1942. That's 1-800-400-1942. 1-800-400-1942.
I can't believe the paint on our house is already peeling and fading. It's only been a few years since we got it painted.
Yeah, you're right. I wish there was something that would last longer.
Rhino Shield.
Have you heard of Rhino Shield?
Yes, I thought I just heard some guys shout that name.
Rhino Shield.
There it is again.
Rhino Shield comes with a 25-year warranty against peeling and cracking, so we won't ever have to paint our house again.
I like the sound of that.
Rhino Shield goes on like paint, but it's not paint. It's better than paint. It's a ceramic coating and comes in any color you want. We guarantee it won't crack, chip, or peel for 25 years. It's also mold and fade resistant. With Rhino Shield, you'll never have to paint your home again. Now's the perfect time to get your house ready for the holidays. Call now and get a 20% discount. For a free quote, call 214-717-6868. That's 214-717-6868. 214-717-6868. Or go online to TexasRhinoShield.com. That's TexasRhinoShield.com.
Rhino Shield.
It's not paint.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I'm 75 years old and I don't eat enough vegetables or fruit, and this is a great thing to do. And it seems that I have more energy. It seems that I take that, and I take a lot of blood pressure pills and what do you call it, cholesterol. But my doctor tells me, he said, no, you might cut the dosage down on your pills, because what are you taking? I said, Balance of Nature. He said he didn't know what it was. So I told him, I said, it's fruits and vegetables condensed into little pill form. He goes, well, whatever it is, it's doing you a lot of good.
Good health is only a phone call away. What are you waiting for? Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code 660AM.
660 AM. The answer. If it's important to you, it's on the Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM. The answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. As the liberal destruction of Oregon continues, Portland, Oregon police will no longer maintain a database of suspected gang members. The reason that they're going to cease keeping track of their database is due to concerns the vast majority of people with gang labels are actual racial minorities. Starting October 15th, the Portland Police Bureau will end a 20-year practice of issuing gang member designations, which police say can lead to unintended consequences and a lifelong stigma, even for those who have given up the gang lifestyle. Officials intend to notify the approximately 300 people on the gang list. The Bureau will purge all records related to their designations. So the Portland Police just put 1,500 dangerous, awful people back in the street. Criminal gang members. Because there are not enough white gangs to balance out their prosecutions. The executive producer of the Wells Report is the great Vicki Steifer. Technical director, conductor of the Wells Report Orchestra is Magic Matt Swinney. My name is John David Wells. I want to thank you very much for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow for another edition of the Wells Report.
Have you racked up more than $10,000 in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? You should know the credit card companies are tricking you into thinking there's no way out. Credit card companies would rather you didn't know that there are ways you can become debt-free and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. There are debt relief programs that help people like you escape overwhelming credit card debt. National Debt Relief has helped tens of thousands of people just like you reduce more than $500 million of debt. National Debt Relief has helped so many people. They're A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau. You don't have to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan. You have the right to settle your debt for a mere fraction of what you owe. Reduce a portion of your debt now. Call National Debt Relief at 800-518-4020. 800-518-4020. That's 800-518-4020.
Hurricane Harvey may have devastated South Texas, but it couldn't take away our spirit.
Join us Wednesday, September 20th at Verizon Theater in Grand Prairie for Night of Hope with Phil Wickham.
This is amazing grace.
Brandon Heath.
Where is hurting, you show me what healing can do.
Natalie Grant.
When did I forget that you've always been the king of the world?
For King and Country.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet.
Danny Goki.
Breaking the dark, piercing the night to make you shine.
Mercy Me.
You are right.
And Toby Nack. 20 different artists, one single day. One moment for all of us to come together.
100% of the proceeds go to benefit Texas Gulf Coast families rebuild their lives.
Tickets start at just $25.
Tickets on sale at VerizonTheater.com.
If you're retired or retiring soon and need a solid financial plan for your retirement income, don't miss this free Money Matters Retirement Seminar. Choose the Alliance area this coming Thursday, Plano Saturday, September 23rd, or Arlington Thursday, September 28th. In addition, learn how to help grow your retirement portfolio when possible, while also helping protect it from a stock market crash. What you can do to help make your savings last, and so much more. Reserve at moneymatters.net. That's moneymatters.net, or call 800-994-0302.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM. KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jill Nato. Irma's weakened into a tropical depression, but still slamming the southeast with heavy rain. 2 to 5 inches of rain expected across South Carolina, Georgia, and Alabama. Senator Bill Nelson of Florida getting a first-hand look at hurricane damage flying over the Gulf Coast and the Keys. Nelson says Marathon looks to be hardest hit.
There was quite a bit of damage. You could see a bunch of boats that were beached, turned over, sunk.
An aircraft carrier and other Navy ships now helping with search and rescue operations. The Wall Street Journal's reporting that some of President Trump's lawyers had been recommending that White House advisor Jared Kushner step down. They're worried Kushner may be in for some legal trouble over the ongoing Russia investigation. The Dow finishing up nearly 260 points Monday. Fox News, we report, you decide.
660 AM, The Answer. Listen on iHeartRadio.
Hello, Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor here. I got a little show on the weekends, Sunday morning, and it's about natural organic gardening. We talk about landscaping and pest control. We talk about tree care. We talk about specific pest control on some things where other people say there are no solutions. Things like oak wilt, rose rosette, crepe myrtle bark scale, and fungal canker on Italian cypress. Join me every Sunday morning, 8 to 11, right here on 660 AM, The Answer.
Tune in Sundays at noon for the Lifestyles Unlimited Real Estate Investor Radio Show. Join us each Sunday when we discuss the principles and practices of the successful real estate investor. We bring you experts to answer your questions on how to use real estate to build wealth and passive realized monthly income, and teach you the ins and outs of investing in real estate. So tune in Sundays at noon, right here for the Lifestyle Unlimited Real Estate Investor Radio Show.
Join us for the Real Investor Radio Show right here on 660 AM, The Answer.
This is Michael Medved for Townhall.com. At key turning points in history, dramatic events seem to come together to force cooperation between even the most reluctant partisans. In the face of the devastation from Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Irma, for instance, even a brief governmental shutdown would have been unthinkable. So Republicans and Democrats came together to provide disaster relief, to pass a budget, and to raise the debt ceiling. Meanwhile, the H-bomb explosion by North Korea means that all sides should rally behind the president in his strong economic or military response to the brutal regime in Pyongyang and to build up our armed forces. Finally, there's the new 6-month deadline for so-called dreamers. The prospect of deportation of 800,000 gainfully employed young Americans who've been raised since childhood in the U.S. would do major economic and social damage. So liberals must work with conservatives for meaningful immigration reform and enhanced border security. Big challenges require big and bipartisan responses, including better coordination between Congress and the president. I'm Michael Mendez.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. You've heard about my love for Crossroads Diner for years. And of course, it's the food and the service and the atmosphere at that great location on the northeast corner of Preston and Campbell in Dallas. I was talking to chef owner Tom Fleming about the awards they have earned.
Yeah, I feel honored. It's a recognition for the commitment to quality and the commitment that our staff, who are absolutely fabulous, bring to the table, no pun intended, every single day. And so I feel very honored to be able to work with such great people. It humbles me.
Find out why so many people love Crossroads Diner as much as I do. Home-style goodness meets traditional diner, from fantastic breakfasts to a lunch menu that appeals to anyone who just loves great food and great service. You walk in, you're instantly comfortable, instantly happy you came. Crossroads Diner, northeast corner of Preston Campbell in Dallas, open Tuesday to Sunday, 7 to 2. Ask about special events, rehearsal dinners, and more. Just get in there. Crossroads-diner.com. Crossroads-diner.com.
As a small business owner, you're always on the go. So how can you make sure you never miss a customer's call? Grasshopper. With Grasshopper, you get all the features of a business phone system. That's right. Grasshopper turns your cell phone into a business phone system that's affordable and incredibly easy to use. Get a toll-free or vanity phone number that's memorable and professional. Customers are forwarded to your phone and connected to you or your team wherever you are. And with our app, your outgoing calls and texts show up as your professional phone number. We'll transcribe your voicemails and send them to your email so you can determine their importance at a glance. So whether you're always on the go or working from home and need to keep business calls separate, or you simply want a professional tone, Grasshopper makes it happen. Set up your account in just minutes. There are